And I think we're live.
YouTube!
What's up, everyone? It's Sean Count Blaggerth here with a live stream with some friends. You guys can introduce yourselves right now.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm right in the middle of rolling a cigarette. So, I'm Dave. I run the channel Backmasking. It's basically just me just fucking ragging on everybody for doing what I do, and just being a massive asshole, and then just showing loads of stuff that basically I spend all my money on. And that's about it. So, yeah. Who's next?
Okay, I think that's me. I'm Kanyon, and I basically only show the shit I spend all my money on. So I don't do much else because I just don't. I just like to show records and talk about music, and that's about it.
And I'm Wyatt, or Wyatt Monty, Wyatt XM, or whatever. And I make a video every day just to pass the time because I fucking hate my household. And yeah, I like starting conversations when I make those videos, so that's why I do them every day.
All right, cool. And for those of you that are from their channels and you don't know who I am, I'm just an asshole that lives in the middle of the woods that talks about music in general. So black metal is my favorite, and there will probably be lots of discussion about that. So let's begin.
All right, who's got the questions?
I got them. First question we have here is, why did you start your channel? And I guess I'll answer first. I started back in like 2011, and me and the guitarist in my band were talking about doing videos before that together for album reviews, because he used to watch movie reviews all the time, and we saw no one else was doing that for music until we found the Needle Drop, and we were about to do that, and then we just got busy with our band, and I decided to do it on my own. And I like to talk about music that nobody I know gives a flying shit about. And I figured making videos will find other people that like it, that actually give a shit, so that's why I decided to start my channel.
Alright.
Are we keeping the same order?
Whoever wants to go, I guess.
I'll go if you want.
Go for it.
So basically, I've been watching like videos that everybody had been doing for a while, and I don't know. I just kind of noticed that I had a lot of different shit in my collection. Obviously, a lot of people had a lot of the same stuff in their collection, so I kind of decided to do a video for Kanyon, just saying, you know, basically here's some shit that fucking you might not have heard of. Maybe you want to go and check it out. And I sent it to him, and he basically said that he liked the video I had done, and said that I should show the shit in my collection. So I just basically went from there, and yeah, that's as far as I got, really.
You will get your response video one day. It'll happen. One day that'll happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen the same time that I get my picture of you in a white captain's uniform. So we're not gonna fucking let up about that shit, man. It's gonna fucking happen.
All right. I basically decided to start a YouTube channel because I had been watching the videos for years and years of all the people who did it, and I started in September of last year, if I'm not mistaken. And basically the reason I did is because no one I know, like Sean says, gives a fuck about the music that I do. So I never got to talk about metal. Anyone I talked to about, they didn't give a fuck. They don't care. So I basically resorted to talking to my camera in my room. So, and you know, and that's why I started. I want to talk about metal, but no one around me wants to, so I turned to the internet.
With me, I made my channel back in 2009, and this is before I listened to metal. And I made a video that I deleted years ago that I was like 14, and I was so pissed that everyone just consistently talking about how 2012 is going to happen, so I just made a video to just tell everyone to shut the fuck up. And then I stopped making videos for like a good few years, and then I started doing metal reviews just to, like what Kanyon said, just to, you know, talk about it in general, because no one around here fucking wants to hear it. That's how.
All right, cool. And next question we have on the list, What's your favorite release this year? I have mine sitting right here. At the current moment, Archgoat, The Apocalyptic Triumphator. This album is just fucking amazing. It's everything I wanted from Archgoat and more. It feels like they took things a bit slower at points on here, and I feel like that works for them even more so than the faster stuff. And I just feel like this whole album is very diverse, and it's just something that has stuck with me since I first heard it back in, like, what was it, January when it came out?
Yeah, around February.
Yeah, it's stuck with me all year, and it's very rare for, like, an album that comes out that early to stick with me this far. So this album is definitely my album of the year right now.
You got it.
For me, I would have to say, I don't know. So far this year, it's been pretty good in terms of shit that's been coming out. I would probably say though, at the moment, it's just pull this up. I'm not gonna fucking try and pronounce the name of this shit. This is the Mysterium.
The Icelandic band.
Yeah, this is the Mysterium record. I'm not gonna pronounce the name of this fucking thing because but yeah, it's just a really fucking good release for their first fucking, their first mainstream shit. Well, their first major release. It's good. It's ridiculously dark. The ambient, the electronic sort of ambient stuff on it as well is just fucking, in my mind, some of the best shit that's come out this year. The Slicked release was a kind of a close second for me. Those guys are from Denmark, and they're all like, I don't know, they all look about 14 or some shit, and they just put out a fucking killer album. But for me, it's got to be Slicked. It's got to be the Mysterium record so far. So.
Fuck yeah, I love that album.
It's a goddamn shame. I have not heard more than like 2 songs from that album, and but I've heard all the praise that it's been getting. So it'll happen. I'll listen to it eventually, but I just got so much other shit going on. But my album of the year, Leviathan, Scar-Sighted. I feel it was the Archgoat record until maybe about a month ago, and then I just found myself listening to Leviathan, Scar-Sighted every fucking night at work, and I don't know. Whenever it would get to the song Wicked Fields of Calm, I would just find myself enjoying this way more than I've enjoyed anything else this year. And so Leviathan, Scar-Sighted, that takes the cake for me, I think, as of right now at least.
That's an amazing, amazing album.
Yes, absolutely.
I still haven't checked it out. I don't know why I listened to Leviathan before, and it just, I don't know, there's just something not clicking with me. Maybe I just haven't sat down, given it enough time, but I haven't even checked out the new stuff yet.
It's definitely his most diverse offering yet.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly innovative, and it's
definitely top 5 for me.
You cannot just classify it into one genre. It's an absolute like work of genius. It's incredible.
Yeah. For me, right now it's like a tie right now. It's either this one, OXXO, XOOX, Namate, I believe it's pronounced, whatever it is. I'm looking now in music for like such like weirdness, and this like takes the cake every time I listen to it. It is so experimental. There's a lot more than just doom metal going on in it, and I'm lost for words every time I listen to it. The other album I would say is album of the year for me, I just heard it yesterday, is Human Serpent. Fucking insane, that album. Like black metal mixed with grindcore. It's absolutely chaotic, and I love it.
Is that released the Blood Music? Out on Blood Music? Is that the one you've got there? That XOXO, is that the Blood Music release, or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, that's Blood Music.
It is Blood Music. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
I haven't listened to anything from that either.
Yeah, I gave a little bit of that a listen, and it is so strange. And this is coming from someone that finds enjoyment in Dead Raven Choir. Like, it is so strange, but it's so cool, though. Like, I need to pick it up, but it's not at the top of my list. But I need to give the whole thing a listen. That's some pretty good stuff, though.
Yeah.
So the next question we have written down is, what has been getting spun a lot lately? For me, there's a lot of stuff. One of the first things that come to mind, definitely, once again, is Archgoat. I've been listening to that like crazy, pretty much at least like 3 times a week. Um, I used to say it's hard for me to pick a favorite revenge record, but lately I've been listening to Victory and Tolerance Mastery pretty much like once again almost daily. I'm a broken man. I listen to these guys all the time, and Jesus, the songs like Traitor Crucifixion and Hate Oath, Doom Order. It's just a incredible album. Um, for non-metal, Fever Ray, I've been listening to all the time. This is easily my favorite non-metal record, and just lately it's been hitting the spot. It's something that I play, once again, like almost daily. And then there's the usual stuff for me of like Triptychon and Hellhammer and shit like that. And the new Thy Art Is Murder too, I've been playing a lot lately.
Cool. So for me, basically, I've been working a fuck ton recently. So I've basically been working and spending money. So when my shit comes in, it gets spun once, and then I'm fucking like on to the next thing between like sleeping and working. So unfortunately, recently I've just been like spinning everything once that's come in. So all my new stuff recently, but I've probably been spinning the Sortholiga record, Arcane Death Ritual. That's been going around quite a bit. If you haven't checked this shit out, fucking seriously check it out. It's just it's dark. It's just two people. One of them's a fucking chick, which fucking kicks ass. But yeah, if you fucking guys haven't checked that out, then, or if anybody hasn't, fucking do it. It's just a fucking solid record. So.
That sounds promising.
Come on, Maverick, where are you?
I'm like with Dave, I'll get shit all the time. So, I don't get a chance to spin it more than a couple times before I put it on the shelf and on to the next, like Dave said. So, but I have noticed that I've played multiple times since I got it, the new Perdition Temple album, which is so fucking good. That album just kicks ass, and I love it. I love it so much. Besides that, Satanic War Master's Black Metal Commando, that's a great album. Orlock's Black Funeral Holocaust, that's another good one. And then, the usual shit that always finds its way onto my turntable. All the Leviathan records I play an awful lot. The new Grimoire EP has been getting spun more than it should. But yeah, that's the main shit anyways.
Yeah, for me, I've been obsessing over Portal, so it's pretty much been like their debut that I've been spinning nonstop. Ever since the Maryland Death Fest, I've just been obsessed with them. I've been listening to them, like I said, nonstop, and it's usually their debut is so far the most bizarre, so that's why I've been listening to it the most. But I don't know, Portal just knows how to make dark music always captivate me so much, and I haven't been sick of it since.
I cannot get into Portal. I don't know what it is. Every time I've listened to them, it's just like I almost immediately forget what I heard. So it's just not. I don't know. Maybe one day it'll click with me, but as of right now, it just hasn't.
For me, Portal is one of those bands that I listen to for just pure atmosphere alone, kind of like Grave Upheaval. Grave Upheaval is something that's not very memorable, but when you listen to it, you're just fully absorbed in it. Because I'm gonna use the Grave Upheaval example. It's just so much happening at once, and with Grave Upheaval, it's mostly due to the production where everything just sounds like rumbling, essentially. That you just find yourself being absorbed more in the atmosphere than listening and paying close attention to the music, at least for me.
What, are you into Abyssal?
Yes.
Yes, I just bought their new album 2 weeks ago. I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's it's definitely because for a lot of the death metal stuff, I'm not hugely into death metal and stuff, but stuff like Portal and Abyssal, it's in my mind where death metal and that kind of thing needs to be. Mm-hmm. So it's I was gonna say the new Abyssal is just sick.
Exactly.
The other thing that I've actually been listening to quite a bit recently, I got a promo for, is the new Shape of Despair album. If you're into Funeral Doom, you gotta get that album. It is it's everything that I personally want from Funeral Doom. Dark, menacing, almost beautiful at points within like how depressing it is. Like there's some odd beauty within the dark nature of the music. But yeah, that's another thing I've been listening to. All right, so moving on, we have another one here of most desired want. All right. This is tough. Recently, I picked up my #1 most wanted item, being the Fortress 7 traditionalism. Yeah, this was #1 on my list for probably at least 3 years or more. So I finally have that. So like on my list right now, like if I had to pick, it's pretty much tied with their rehearsal tape that was only released to like 100 copies and was sold at a show and sold out at the show. So I need to get that, and I would also like to get Metal Noir Quebecois on vinyl. And the other thing too, and I know I'll probably never own it just because it sells for insane money, even like reprints, is Monotheist by Celtic Frost. That is my favorite album of all time, and it's a shame I don't have it on vinyl, and it makes me sad that I probably never will. But yeah, those I would say are like my most desired wants. But the list could go on for days.
Yeah.
Same here. Is there only like one answer for it?
Well, I mean, no, I mean, because I kind of put this, when I was writing these questions, I wrote them down a while ago, and I was like, most desired want, and I was like, I had like 2 or 3 records that was like, I fucking really want that, but I'm not going to get it. And then I came into like a fuckload of extra cash, so the first one got fucking bought, didn't it? The Chaos Ritual LP, this thing cost me like $135. And I was just like, I don't give a fuck, I want it, I'm buying it. And then, like, about 3 days later, I was like, fuck, I've still got all this extra cash. And so the fucking Terror Propaganda came out from Kraft. And I was just like, motherfucker. And then finally I was like, there was this one record I wanted, and I should have fucking bought it when it came out. And I was like, no, it'll be fine, it'll be there, I can get it, it's not a problem. And then it just disappeared for like 6 months. I was like, fuck. And then I've been trying to find it, nobody had it, nobody wanted to part with it, and then finally fucking somebody on a forum was like, dude, you can have my copy, that's the Grifter Skime thing with Lixam from Sweden. So I was just like, fuck. So when I turned around to have this question, I was like, I had these 3 wants, and then they're no longer my top ones. Like, fuck. But now it'll be the Paysage to Hiva self-titled. That thing's fucking stupidly expensive though.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, the funny thing is, I was like kind of like dating a girl like a week ago. It was like my birthday 2 weeks ago or something. We were kind of dating, and she said she might have found me a copy. So I was like, fuck. So that might be coming as well, but we'll just have to see.
Jesus.
That's insane, dude. Because I remember when the pre-order for that came up, and it sold out so quick.
Yeah, man.
And then as soon as the pre-order was over, people were putting up the pre-order on eBay, and it was already selling for hundreds of dollars.
Fucking assholes, man.
I hate flippers so much. If anyone's watching this that flips records, kill yourself.
Fuck you.
No, because I have kind of this argument which is kind of for flippers as well. Bear with me, okay? Bear with me. And flippers keep the dream alive. Okay, because at the end of the day, if everything ever only sold for what it fucking came out for, then you would never get fucking anything, because it would just live in people's collections for the end of time. But fucking the chances are that fucking, somebody might be selling a fucking record for, $100 or whatever, and you're like, you asshole. But at the end of the day, that still gives you an opportunity that you might own that fucking record.
Well, I don't know. In the sense that maybe if the record is like 20 years old, but like if you're taking like a pre-order like that, that's literally not even out yet. That's a shitty thing to do. Yeah, exactly. That's how I think about it. Like, if the record is like this year, brand new, and you're selling it for hundreds of dollars, I don't think there's any redeeming qualities in that. I think if you do that, you're an asshole. And
Yeah.
but if the record's like 30 years old, obviously you wouldn't want to sell it for what you got it for. So I can understand that in that sense, but not if something's brand new.
Like, one of the things that really, like, set me off one day when I'm part of this one group on Facebook called Metal and Core Collectors, because I do, like, deathcore, as everyone knows, which is not the popular thing.
No shit.
Hey, I like everything, but, well, not everything, but anyways, when the new Thy Art Is Murder was announced, they were saying that the picture disc was going to be limited to, like, 500 copies and have a bonus track or something. And there was this one person, like, when the pre-order went up, he put, "Step in line, fuckers, I bought 5.
Fuck that guy, man.
Yeah, was flip them. And there's people on there that will buy, like, 6 copies of a CD, post up pictures of them, and be like, "I might be willing to part with it for $80." Like, those are the type of people I hate.
Yeah.
The as well, there's always that one guy on fucking Discogs who, like, for some reason enjoys the fact that, like, even if he's selling stuff that's more expensive generally that's being flipped, he's like still 30% more than everybody else. For some reason, like, he prides himself in being the most expensive asshole on Discogs. Yeah, some of you guys might know him, might know that guy by name. He's from Europe, which kind of depresses me slightly, but a guy called Blasphemous Lust.
Yep.
That guy fucking just loves to be more expensive than everybody else.
Yeah, that's...
Well, he doesn't sell shit, so...
Well, yeah, there's this one dude on there as well. Part of me wants to hate him because he sells everything, like you said, for 30% more, but his descriptions are hilarious. So I can't get at him. His name is, like, Heston1349.
I've seen that, yeah.
He said something that was like, for, like, a Graveland record of first press of Immortal Pride, he's like, "Get ripped in the gym of Wotan, deadlift for Wotan by now. Smash the cross with heathen pride with this record."
Is that the guy that sells, like, loads of, like, NSBM stuff, and he's got, like, Screwdriver records and stuff, and he's like, "You're not white enough for this record," and
stuff like that.
It's fucking amazing.
Like, I can't hate him for doing that because
it's like 10 out of 10
funny.
for descriptions.
Or, like, there was one for the Summoning box set for Old Morning's Dawn. He's like, "Price is firm, but we'll consider trade for pictures of Smeagol naked," or something like that.
I've seen people try and flip records that are still for sale on the website. Like, for example, the most recent one I saw is there's some asshole like he's trying to sell the newest Satanic Warmaster record, the Hell's Headbangers exclusive one with, like, the gray with the black splatter, and he had it up for like $75, and it was still on Hell's Headbangers for like $16. And so I don't know what the fuck that guy's trying to do, because it's not gonna work.
Well, a lot of people have this thing in their head of just because it's limited, it's valuable.
No.
Which is a load of crap.
Yeah.
You gotta give it some time.
Well, yeah, continuing with the question, though, that we got sidetracked on.
We went on a rant about flippers. What fucking question are we even on?
It's most desired wants.
Okay, I think Dave, are you done with your answer?
I'm done, man. I'm done. Don't just keep bitching.
The thing about this question is I didn't know this was a question until right now, so...
You've had the list for a week, man. Fucking bullshit.
You sent me the list.
I did, but I copied and pasted what Dave sent. I did go over the list, but I do not remember this question. But if I had to think of something right off the bat, I really, really want Leviathan's The Blind Wound EP. I really, really want that shit. They have it on Discog. All of these that I can think of are very doable, except for, like, one. It's just a matter of it's in line, and these are, like, the next ones in line. So if I had to think, like I said, Leviathan's The Blind Wound, I really, really want a copy of Dark Medieval Times by Satira Khan. I think that would. But I hear that one's supposed to get reissued.
Yeah, they're reissuing that along with the Shadow Throne and I think Nemesis Divinia, which is fantastic because those are definitely my favorite records.
Decent reissues or just fucking CDs burnt onto wax?
No, I think they're going to be decent reissues. They didn't say, but from what I heard, Peaceville bought the Moonfog catalog.
Does that mean what
I don't think so, because, I mean, the Peaceville reissues I have of, like, Isengard and Dark Throne sound fantastic.
Okay.
So
But yeah,
I think
I actually have the peaceful reissues of the Dark Throne ones, and they're not too bad.
Besides that, maybe Satanic Black Devotion by Sargeist. I fucking love Sargeist. And then the ones that are a little bit more difficult that I can think of is a copy of Dirty Rhymes and Psychotronic Beats by Punch and Stench. I fucking love that shit. And December Moon by Morbid would be really fucking cool too. But those ones are going to be a little trickier, I think, because I've never seen December Moon ever for sale anywhere. So
yeah, they're all bootlegs, and a lot of them are terrible quality.
yeah, exactly. I would like an official copy of that album, but
The only way I think you can really get it officially now is through the Year of the Goat box set.
yeah, I've considered getting that as well because it's really not that expensive, but it's basically like the same like 8 or 9 tracks over and over again on that box set from what I've
for like
seen,
3 LPs.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll probably end up with it eventually because I'm irresponsible.
And I keep taking advantage of you when you're drunk.
Fuck off. Yeah, I have such a long list of shit I gotta get because of you, Dave. That Corniger one is the next. I need that shit. I need it right now.
That shit. You need to play it really fucking loud as well.
Why is it required?
Well, I just put it on and I was like, no, this just no, louder.
Okay, no, just no. Sure. When I saw your video and you said that, I didn't know if it was because the record itself was really quiet or if you just wanted it loud.
No, I threw it on and I had it like kind of. I mean, you need to adjust sometimes because records are really quiet. But I was just like, no, loud. Oh, fuck the neighbors, and it just went up full.
Oh shit. For me, my most desired want would be probably a Null Throx debut on vinyl. I cannot find that anywhere. I can't even find the CD for like a cheap price, and like the used ones are like a little over $30. So I'm trying like every day to search for that damn thing, but I can never find it. And along with Kaladin Broad's newest album, I would love to have on vinyl, but Discogs is always expensive when it comes to that style of.
You can actually get.
What?
Yeah, you can get Echoes of Battle still on Ominous Domain has it. They have
Really?
2 different vinyl colors of it. You can pick from the clear and the purple.
Hop on it, dude.
I tried that, but I don't know.
I think they still do. The last I checked, they did.
Well, then shit.
Because one of my friends, I'm pretty sure, bought it. Maybe he got the last copy, I don't know. But it should be relatively easy. Unless you're going to try to get the Die Hard edition, then good luck.
Yeah, I wish I fucking did that shit.
I got it.
$50.
The Die Hard edition, I saw it. When I was going to, I don't know if it was a pre-order, if they were just selling it, but I saw it and I was like, should I? And then I was like, no, and I settled for the purple, and I really wish I hadn't. But either way, I still play that thing. So.
I have like a. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just gonna piss everybody off and say, not really that fussed by it. You know, when it first came out and everybody fucking had such a massive hard-on for it, and I threw it on and I was just like, all right, like after the first track, I was like, all right, I'm sick of the wind and rain. Where's the Satanism?
I actually have like a funny story concerning the Die Hard of like how I ended up getting it. So I wanted to get it and it was about to sell out, and I was about to get paid, but I didn't have the money and I was scared it was going to sell out. So I went and talked to my mom. I was like, hey, can I borrow the money for it? I'll pay you back when I get paid. She's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So what I ended up doing was when I went to pay for it, I have 2 cards saved on PayPal, mine and my mom's. Well, I accidentally paid with mine, and I had $4 in my bank account.
Oh.
So I ended up getting a letter in the mail from the bank saying that I overdrew by $60-something.
Ah, shit.
And then there was the fee tacked onto it. So when it was all said and done, I ended up paying close to $110 for it.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
What happened to me?
Yeah, I never made that mistake again. But next thing is other interests and pastimes. I'll start. I don't really have any other interests outside of music. I play in bands. I have a record label. I do videos, and that consumes most of my time. Everything else is just kind of like I have a four-wheeler, ATV, quad bike, depending on where in the world you are, what they're called, and I ride the piss out of that. And that's really about it. I'm a redneck that buys a lot of music and is obsessed with music. That's what it comes down to. So I mean, I can't really think. I mean, I used to skateboard quite a bit, but I got out of that like once I realized that music won't break my arm. And yeah, I guess that's really about it.
For me, what was that?
I just live a boring life.
So for me, like, obviously, like records and shit are my main thing, but I do a lot of stuff. My second job, I work as a firearms technician. Contrary to popular belief, we actually do have guns in the UK. Yeah, so I do a lot of shit with regards to firearms. I've been over to the US a few times. All the fancy tactical firearms training and all that kind of shit, and yeah, so a lot of guns.
Yeah, I like to do a lot of shooting whenever I can, but ammo is just so expensive.
Are you guys alright now? Because I know fucking you like shit like 2.2 long rifle and stuff. You were all fucking.
Oh, you can't find it at all, and that's like the main gun. Yeah, that's my main gun that I like to shoot because it's, it's usually pretty cheap and they're just a blast to shoot, and yeah, it's near impossible, and if you find a brick of like 500 rounds, it's like $60-$70.
Fuck, man, because I knew like a year ago it wasn't even like a case of how expensive it was just non-existent.
It pretty much is still. I mean, if you can find it, though, that's about how much you're going to pay. Like, I can't go down to any of the gun stores around here or, like, the major retailers that we have here in the U.S., like Bass Pro Shops or Gander Mountain or any place like that, and find 22 ammo. I can find every other type under the sun except 22 long rifle. Don't get
it. Is it an import issue or? Sorry guys, we just
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
The stream is live and we're talking about guns.
No, I don't know why no one can find it. It's just a complete shortage or whatever. It's just gone. And then there's all the conspiracy theories that the rednecks of the government's hiding it and all that, but
well, there was like a shitload of like the Department of Homeland Security had something like close to like 1 trillion rounds or something, and that's why there was no ammo. What the fuck are they going to do with that much 2.2 long rifle? There aren't that many fucking rabbits in the US, I'm sure.
Oh god. What?
Sorry guys, just somebody else, because we're just gonna go redneck, and there's gonna be a Confederate flag in the background in a minute. It's all gonna go fucking wrong.
I don't remember where we're at. I was learning about
pastimes and
okay.
like other interests.
Okay. Dave, are you still?
I'm not saying a word.
Okay. I fly airplanes. I do that. That's fun. And besides that, I collect music. I used to skateboard a lot too, but I got way too fucking tall for that shit. So all my money now goes to flying airplanes and music. So that's all I do. I live a boring life too. I really do. Lots of work, flying airplanes and music. So.
Fuck, for me, it's just like ever since I started working second shift, it's hard to find a like a pastime. But before that, I used to be really into Lord of the Rings, and I was so into it that I wanted to do archery. I got really, really good at it, and I don't like bragging about myself, but I really did get good at it to the point where I was up to a national level. Like people wanted me to go to like national leagues in like Colorado and all over the United States. And I think the one thing that ruined it for me, that the reason why I stopped doing it, is the fact that I wanted this. I'm sorry?
Sorry, carry on.
No, the problem with it was that I wanted it just for me, and fucking, like, my parents always had to be involved with it when I just wanted it all for myself, so that's what kind of, like, made me not want to do it anymore. But other than that, I just really collect music now, and that's fucking it.
We all live really sad lives, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, we do.
I'm just saying that's like just one little sad thing. I feel like I live a great life. If anything.
Not
All right,
me.
moving swiftly on before any of us get depressed.
Well, it's gonna get a little depressing with this next one. What do you do for work? Well, for me, it's I have like a pretty shitty situation right now. My mom, I've been taking care of pretty much my whole life. She's been chronically ill, and recently she went back in the hospital. I know a lot of my subscribers knew about her going in initially. She had ended up having to go back in, having more operations. Just quick thing, necrotizing fasciitis in her leg, and she needs a lot of help all the time. So I'm home pretty much around the clock. I gotta take care of her unless someone else is here. Then I go right with my band, and that's really about it. But to earn money, I do odd jobs for friends and stuff like that, and also YouTube partner. So I make that YouTube money. It's a joke. And also my record label helps a bit. So there's I have quick plug, Celestial Oak Productions. Few copies left of the record. All right, that was my terrible plug.
This live stream is brought to you by Celestial Oak.
Yes, it is. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Okay, so I work in a psychiatric hospital. Yeah, and that's I did it when I was younger. I did it when I was like 18, 19, and then I got out of it after a few years, and I started working, which was eventually going to be my trade. That was my plan. I was going to be a firearms technician, and I did that for a number of years. So it's all kinds of shit. We were doing guns on film and movie sets, TV shows, that kind of thing. We were like fixing guns and deactivating guns for private collectors. We developed stuff for militaries that went out then to the Middle East, and that kind of shit. And then I got made redundant after about 3 years, kind of because the recession just fucked everything up. And then I went into another job then, but that was solely just guns and movies. If you want to check out the credits for Les Mis, I'm in that somewhere. And then, yeah, I got made redundant there again after 8 months and was kind of out of work, which was a bit shitty. And then was like, fuck, I need a job. So it was back to psychiatric hospitals, just, looking after people with serious psychiatric disorders. So, yeah, that's currently my life. And I still freelance as a firearms technician for, TV shows and movie sets and stuff when they need an armorer. So that's that.
That seems pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It kind of is and it isn't. Like, it very quickly just becomes another job. I tell people and they say shit like, oh, you must have a great job and it must be one of the best job in the world. You get to use guns all day and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, you are just like a metal engineer. You still come home at the end of the day fucking with black hands that are full of metal splinters, and you've just been heavy lifting, and it's not fucking glamorous as people might think.
Currently, I work in a meat department at a grocery store, but actually this morning I got a call for a opportunity in a different state it's looking positive. It's looking like there shouldn't be any holdups, and I'll be working in Louisville, Kentucky by the end of this year. So, what?
Are you definitely going to go for it?
Well, it's like I said, I just got the call today basically for the testing, and the testing is basic math, basic reading, and making sure I have some level of hand-eye coordination. After that, they drug test you, and then they
that's an instant fail.
And basically then I'll be working at Ford Motor Company, a factory in Louisville, Kentucky. So
Nice.
Making like 4 times more than I do now a year. So I will take that. And yeah, but my main goal is to fly airplanes.
Have you looked into like your possibility of like continuing your flying and shit out there? Can you still do that? Is that not a problem?
I'll have more money to do it, so I'll do it faster.
That's cool.
So hopefully I'll be just a flight instructor building hours by next year, maybe year after. Fingers crossed for that shit. So
I'm gonna point this out real quick. I like how Dave, when he said the drug test thing, and you're like, oh, that's where I fail. As soon as when he said basic math, I'm like, well, I'd be screwed.
yeah.
At least you had all the other things. I was screwed right from the start.
I should be fine. I think I'll be all right. I don't do drugs and basic math. When I think basic math, I think very basic math, but who knows what basic math means officially? So
if it's anything above like addition and subtraction and some multiplication, I'm screwed. If you want me to divide anything, it's not happening.
Just apply it all to vinyl records. Like if you have to sit a test on math and it's like you have just think I have this much in my account. These like 7 records cost this much, but I might have to wait until the end of the month. Like how much have I got left? Just do that shit and you'll be fine. Like I'm sure we could all cope with that.
All right, Wyatt.
For me, I used to be a busboy at IHOP, but now I'm a machine operator. And they extended me from September now to March of next year. And the company that's a customer of ours came in yesterday and was like offering jobs to everyone. So hopefully I'll work there and just do the same damn thing, and that'll be it. Hopefully.
What's a busboy?
Clean tables.
Oh right, we just call those cleaners here.
See, you guys usually have the fun nicknames for everything, where we just have the boring stuff.
Like,
but
old school racist names for everything.
well, as I said, fun. All right, I'm kidding. Before people get pissed, I'm kidding. All right. So next question we have is show looking most forward to. I only have one show coming. Oh, next show. Excuse me. Then the next thing is show you're looking forward to.
Did I grammar badly?
Yes. We might as well combine those two questions into one. The last show, next show, and what you're looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
Last show I went to. Beyond like a local show, which I go to quite a bit, it would be Black Millet Warfare with Revenge, Watain, and Mayhem, which it was absolutely unreal how good it was.
Fuck you guys. That didn't come anywhere near the South.
I had to travel to New York City for it, but it was well worth the trip because, oh my god, it was... I was pissed for a little bit because I thought I was going to miss Revenge because I was late, and the venue was quiet when I walked in. And I'm like, oh no, I missed him. And then all of a sudden I hear, this is called! I'm like, yes! And I was like, oh my god, I caught it. But that was unreal. Revenge leveled the place, and then Watain made it a bit more evil. And then Mayhem played pretty much everything I wanted to hear from him. So that was great. And then I met Attila afterwards, so that was really cool. The next show I'm going to, this is going to be the one that gets everyone to laugh at me. The headliner I hate. I'm going to put that out there. I absolutely hate the headliner. It's The Devil Wears Prada. Now, I'm going for one band only, and I brought them up a couple times already. And that is Thy Art is Murder. I'm going for them. And Whitechapel's playing, and I'm going to hope that they play some of the older stuff I like. But that, and what I'm looking forward to, I don't really have anything I'm looking forward to. That's kind of depressing. No shows I'm looking forward to. Just Thy Art, I'm excited to see, and that's about it.
Have you decided you're not going to Hell's Head Bash?
There's no feasible way that I could. I want to so bad. I just don't think there's any way I could with how money is right now. Because I mean, the reason why I haven't put up a CD update is or like vinyl or anything is I've just been broke. I've been buying cheap used CDs when I have an extra like $5. That's about it. That's
I know that
been my life. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I would love to go to Hell's Head Bash because the lineup for that's insane.
That's yeah, perfect.
What about you, Wyatt? Have you decided?
Ah, man, like, the other place that was supposed to hire me where I was going to get 2 jobs, they haven't called me back, and I'm really in no rush because the other place is an hour away from me, and I would have to wake up at 3 in the morning, work till 1 in the afternoon, then go right to my job 3 to 11. That'd be like,
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
yeah, all the money I'd make would be perfect for it, but they haven't called me back for it. That's the thing.
Ah, shit. Who was next? Well, Dave, that was you.
I mean, what was
Yeah.
it? The
last show, and then last show, next show, and show you're looking forward to.
So the last show that I went to, that I suppose is like a real show. I've seen like just local heroes and that kind of shit. But the last sort of real show, I went to a festival which was up in the north of the UK. It was called Damnation Festival. Who did I see there? Woden's Throne played. Winter Philip played. And Cannibal Corpse played. And a bunch of fucking other bands that I didn't see because I just got really drunk. But I saw those 3 bands.
Those first 2 you named are like my top 2 favorite in UK black metal of Woden's Throne, Winter Philith, and my other favorite being Old Corpse Road.
Yeah, in fact, Old Corpse Road played in the town I live in. We never get any fucking black metal shows, and about, I don't know, a month ago or something, they put on like this 2-day thing, and on the second day it was all black metal, so it was like Old Corpse Road, Hecate Enthroned, Eastern Front, and I just didn't go to fucking any of it. I was not interested. But yeah, that was my last show. My next show, probably, because I'm not a huge fan of going to see shit live. It's normally because I really can't be fucked to travel because the lineup. Normally, I won't travel for like a lineup that's like less than perfect normally, unless I get dragged to it. So like, there's bands playing, like Negative Plane are playing this month in London, but they're the only band I want to see in the lineup, so I'm not going to go and fucking see that. So the next show I definitely know I'm going to, I've got tickets for, is in February next year, and that's Satanic Warmaster and Dark and Nocturne Slaughter Cult.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Fucking bastard. Why is that awesome shit around here?
But that's like I live in Wales, which is kind of to like the west of the UK, and that's right up in Scotland, that show, so we're probably just gonna get a flight up there. And what was the
one that you're looking forward to?
What to? The one I'm looking forward to is one I can't go to. Because I cannot fucking get tickets to it, even though I sometimes speak to basically the guy who's putting it on. It's just impossible to get tickets. There are fucking probably 1,000 people, probably more, who want tickets who can't get it. And that is the Nidrosian Black Mass. And it's basically the best lineup I've ever fucking seen.
Isn't that the one in Finland by chance?
No,
I know it's Black Flames of Blasphemy I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Nidrosian Black Mass is it's basically put on by Terror Possessions, the record label Terror Possessions. And this year, who's playing? So you basically got all the big names in Iceland. So Mysterium are playing, Sinmara are playing, Svartadodi are playing. From the US, you've got Naugthiblis are playing, Negative Plane are playing, Nightbringer are playing. From Norway, you've got Mare, One Tail, One Head. It's just fucking like Bolzer are playing. Fucking literally everybody is there. It's just a fucking disgusting lineup. I sent. They have a really weird way of getting tickets. Basically, you have to be there, ready, waiting on the night, and then just on their page, just an email address appears, and that's it. And it's basically like first come, first serve. Send us an email, and I fucking copied and pasted and sent, and fucking like a week later got a "you're not worthy" email back. It's just like, fuck. But the thing that sucks, the people I was going with, pretty much everybody that like all of us that had decided that we were going to go, pretty much everybody else got an email back saying, you got the job, buddy, you got the job. So I was just like, I was not a happy guy in work that day. I really fucking wasn't. So yeah, basically, there's still like a tiny piece of hope in me that like somebody won't go, and I'll just like stand the fuck aside. I'll take your ticket, but I know it's not going to happen. So yeah.
Oh, it sucks.
It fucking does suck, man. It kind of sucks because one of the guys, well, basically the guy who owns Terror to Possession, we talk online and stuff, and I keep trying to bribe him with shit because I've got like a record that he wants, and I'm like, come on, man, I'll just give you the record and I'll give you money for a ticket. Come on, like, I'm not above bribery. You're not above taking a bribe, but it's just not going to happen. So
That's a shame.
yeah.
Okay. So the last show I went to see one band. I went to see Sabaton. I don't give a fuck about Nightwish. I don't give a fuck about the other band that played.
I went to the same thing.
Yeah, I wanted to see Sabaton so bad. They played like last year with Skeleton Witch and Amon Amarth. That was a much better lineup.
Yeah, I saw that.
It sounds better.
I didn't want to drive to Jacksonville, which is about a 3-hour drive for me, to see one band. I wasn't no fucking things, because I'm like Dave. I don't like to travel for shows unless the lineup is perfect.
I'm forced to, because where I live, like, you need to understand this. I live surrounded by cows, farm fields, and trees.
You mean they don't have black metal shows there?
We have shows at the local bar, but it's all of like the local metal bands that pretty much play hard rock, but they think they're metal.
Oh no.
So like if I want to see like a major show, I would have to travel to Rochester, which is like 2.5, 3 hours. Syracuse is like 2 hours. Albany is a solid 2 hours. New York City is like 6 hours by train. It's
like that for me, man. It's like pretty much London is kind of like where everybody plays. Like if you're an international band, nobody's interested outside of London, and London's like 4 hours one way. So and then you've got to fucking, because I'm not fucking doing like 8 hours driving plus the show. So you've got to get somewhere to stay, and fucking like booking somewhere to stay in fucking London for the night is just stupid money. So I'm just like, fuck that. Even like I'm desperate to see Negative playing, but it's not going to happen because I'm not fucking spending out that for it.
Yeah, I live in Orlando, Florida, and you would assume that Orlando, Florida, being the huge tourist destination it is, and everyone knows where Orlando, Florida is, there are no fucking shows here. The House of Blues in Disney, which is like 25-minute drive for me, every band I would ever want to see is banned from there. So every time there's a tour, it's like, the one band that you want to see is not on this date. That actually happened in 2012 maybe. And it was like a long line. Actually, no, it was the Summer Slaughter tour in 2013, because Cattle Decapitation was on that bill. And Cattle Decapitation was the only band I wanted to see, was the only band not playing at the Orlando date. And I was like, motherfucker, like, I hate this goddamn place. And so if I want to go to a show, it's in Tampa, and even then it's only death metal, so I'm fucked on that. The next show I'm going to is Hell's Head Bash. I don't have anything else planned. I mean, it's like less than 2 months away, and I'm making a huge road trip out of that. So it's not just, it's not just that. I already have like $2,000 saved for that trip. And
where is Hell's Head Bash?
It's in Cleveland, Ohio, which is on the other side of the country.
Yep. Yeah, it's relatively close for me. I think it'd be like a 8-hour drive if I was to go. Guys, we are going through Albany. I know you don't live in Albany, but you live, I guess you said, like 2 hours away. So we're going through Albany, so we'll be like near there. And but we're going all over the place. And obviously that's the show I'm most looking forward to. It's also the next show I'm going to. So that's kind of one answer for me.
For me, my previous show, like the big one, was the Maryland Death Fest. Fucking perfect. And the next show I'm going to is I'm going to see Ghost in Boston, which is an hour away from me, for like the third time. And then probably the show I'm looking forward to the most, if I can do it again, would probably be Maryland Death Fest of 2016. That would probably be it.
Nice. The lineup looks pretty good so far.
This year it had a little bit of everything, which is what I loved about it. The next year, 2016, is just all death metal and death metal rolling in with a little bit of black metal, and I'm really not.
I want to go to see Samael play Ceremony of Opposites from beginning to end, because that's an amazing album.
Yeah. So far, that'd be the only one, and Destroyer 666 is there, and that's really all I can think. And Venom's the headliner. sucks. Yeah, exactly.
But, all right, so we got some more here. Next one is most anticipated releases.
How
For
long
me,
you got?
couldn't really think of too many off the top of my head. I'm sure as you guys will say them, it'll click with me. But the ones that I can think of, and one of these isn't actually a brand new release, it's a reissue that I'm looking forward to. Revenge, it's the first thing that came to mind for me. They have a new album coming out, and the one song I heard them play at Black Metal Warfare was unreal how good it was, and it was actually a bit more diverse than their usual.
Oh shit!
blast solo, some sort of groove, then back into a blast. There was actually a bit more to it than that. So I'm really looking forward to that. The new Ahab, I'm
Right with you.
unbelievably excited about. New Panopticon,
Yes.
I guess, is completely
I
done.
can't believe he's already working on another one after
It's done. It's wrapped up. He sent it out for to a handful of places for review already. I talked with the owner of Binder Recordings. He said it's even better than Roads to the North.
He said, yeah. When I talked to him about it, he said it blows it out of the water, and it's like shit. I didn't know that was possible because that album was damn near perfect.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about that. Zao, the band that got me into heavier music, they're coming back with their first album in 9 years, and the song they just put out, I think it was Thursday, called Xenophobe, was dark, gritty, utterly everything I want from Zao. And I don't know why my voice cracked right there, but it was everything I want from them. And if that album goes along that path, I'm going to be extremely happy. And for the thing that I'm looking forward to that's not a new release, it's actually two things from Agalock, the vinyl reissues of The Mantle and Ashes Against the Grain, finally getting an official release. And according to John Hom, it sounds better than the first presses. And the artwork is being revamped and all that good stuff. So we'll be given a very nice package and a very nice final product with that. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I just caved and bought, it was a bootleg copy, granted a very, very nice bootleg copy of The Mantle, because I just wanted it so fucking bad. But that's not going to stop me from getting the reissue.
The thing is,
at least The Mantle.
Well, the thing is with the bootleg, quote-unquote, technically it is because the band didn't approve of it, but that label that put out the vinyl told them that they were going to do a CD for Europe, and they agreed to it. They didn't agree to a vinyl. And then they went ahead and did the vinyl without the band's knowledge. And the Ashes Against the Grain one is missing the final part of Our Fortress is Burning, which is, I believe, is going to be on the reissue like it was on the first press, where it's like I think it's like a 19-minute instrumental piece.
Ooh, 19 minutes.
So that'll be killer to have that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, is it to me?
Yeah, hurry the fuck
Okay.
up, Dave.
Sit the fuck down, Maverick.
What are you doing?
So,
Another cigarette? Jesus.
Oh.
So basically, the Black Magic SS, their recent release that's coming out on a 12-inch on Darker Than Black Records. If you guys don't know Black Magic SS, they're obviously National Socialists. But it's basically like psychedelic rock with black metal vocals. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Yeah, it is awesome. It's kind of fucking weird, but it is good fun. I suppose just rounding off shit, Iron Bonehead, they've got the new, well, it's not new, but they've got a press of a Doskino record coming out. The first press of the Vermont album is supposed to be coming out this year. Final Agony is supposed to be putting out, I think Final Agony are putting out a Maleficus record. The new Luvia album will be out on Fallen Empire in the next month or so. Creeping, the new Creeping record is coming out. And then there's stuff that's supposed to be coming out this year. That's like the Mare full length, the full length from Niall to Bliss.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's going to fucking be a thing. There's been talk that it was supposed to be this year, but they're one of those bands that just like you never hear about anything that they're doing. So
they were on I think the last Hell's Headbangers compilation with a new track, and it is absolutely sick.
It's it's awesome.
And if the whole album is along that line, I'm sold.
And seeing them live is gonna be so fucking killer.
Fuck you. So One Tail, One Head, they're supposed to be putting out their full length this year, but that probably won't happen because they're just taking their goddamn time. Wormlust, the fucking Wormlust was saying that their new album was out this summer, but haven't heard anything. I'm hoping Magua put out a new fucking record. They were supposed to be. Yeah, that would be fucking cool. And I'm kind of hoping Fortress are going to do something. They've been kind of quiet for a little while. I knew the Grimoire thing came out, but
well, in an interview with the guy from Grimoire, who's the drummer of Fortress, he was saying that they've been working on new material pretty consistently lately. And seeing as they're my favorite black metal band, period, I'm really hoping for full length from them this year. Because if so, that's just gonna A, make my day, and B, make my top 10 at the end of the year that much harder.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love it if they fucking did a repress of Metal Quebec Noir. Is that it?
Yeah, they need to reprint that on vinyl because it's so hard to find. Because they did the first vinyl press where there was the Die Hard and then the regular edition, which sold out insanely fast.
Yeah.
And even the standard edition sells for like $70, $80. And the Die Hard is usually a solid like $150 to $200. Which sucks because Metal Noir is amazing.
I probably prefer it actually over
Les Hivers.
Trail Park. Yeah. I probably prefer it over that actually. I've only ever seen it for sale once on Discogs and it was absolutely fucked. And some guy wanted like shit ton of money for it, so I was like, hell no.
Yeah, don't hold your breath on those reissues because I sent them a message with my label, just a quick side note, asking about cassette reissues because I was willing to do that.
Yeah.
And they said if I would have messaged them just a little bit earlier, I would have been able to do it, but they already got some other label to handle it. But I guess that I'm going to say, judging from that, they're doing the cassette reissues of all the albums, and they're probably going to do the vinyl of the other two that I can't think of. The one that came after Les Hivers, and then there's the follow-up to that, the October, whatever.
Is that the one with the owl on the cover?
Yeah. No, that's the split with Broom Day Autumn.
Alright. Yeah.
No, they're... Go ahead.
Basically, that's kind of it for it in terms of what I'm, kind of hoping for. It's just kind of a lot of stuff that's kind of imminent. I mean, the new Abyssal, that's supposed to be getting pressed pretty soon. So I'm kind of hoping for that. And Ancient Records are putting out, they're supposed to be putting out like new Grav and new Azalissasath and that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of hopes and not a lot of guaranteed stuff. So yeah, that's me.
The ones I can think of offhand, the first thing I thought of, well, obviously the new Cattle Decapitation is at the top. I worship that band.
I didn't see that coming.
No one did.
Besides that, Panopticon, Inquisition, Revenge, Putrid Pile, that Paraphiliac Perversions, or whatever the fuck that one's called. That should be awesome, because Blood Fetish was just amazing, and I've heard this one's better, so there's that. Fuck. I guess the new Black Dahlia Murder album. I mean, my hopes for that are deteriorating faster than I want them to, but yeah. Besides that, I can't really think of anything. I'll find them and buy them like almost immediately. So I haven't really been keeping up with new shit as much as I should this year, just because I don't have the money to, get excited for a lot of stuff.
Now that I'm thinking of it too, actually, I think it's coming out at the end of the week. The new Cradle of Filth. I'm looking forward to checking out.
Yeah,
the
new Cradle of Filth. It's
boy. every fucking single one of you, hand in your fucking cult card. Fucking get out.
The new Cradle of Filth comes out the day after tomorrow. It comes out on the 10th. The couple of songs that I've heard from it have been way better than anything on the past few albums. But Cradle of Filth, their prime is over with. That was in 1994. So
Yeah, Manticore
I've
was
seen them live.
awful.
I saw them live on they just released Midian.
Oh, that would be cool. You probably didn't think it was cool, but I think that would be pretty cool.
I was 14, of course I thought it was cool.
See, for Cradle with me, it's like I love what's the name of the first album? I can't think of it off the top
Principle
of
of
my
Evil
head.
Made Flesh.
Yeah, Principle of Evil Made Flesh, Vampire, Dusk in Her Embrace. Midian's all right. Everything else
Cruelty.
up to the
Cruelty and the Beast is the best. That's
Cruelty I
that's
like.
my favorite.
Then I kind of lost interest with them. I enjoyed parts of Nymphetamine. Pornography is awful. I did not like Godspeed. I like Darkly Darkly a lot, and
That's my least favorite.
I enjoy that one quite a bit, and I thought Manticore was just trash.
Yeah.
But everything I heard off this new one is like
It's way better.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's better.
I would say, like, in terms of lyrics, like, I mean, I don't know any of the newer stuff, anything past Midian, I couldn't tell you fucking anything about. But in terms of lyrics, like, the lyrics on Midian, on Cruelty, like, lyrically, the guy's a fucking genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will fucking stand up and say, like, his lyrics are fucking ridiculously solid. But I don't know, I just, like, I don't know.
His voice after a while makes me want to punch children in the face, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
well, I'll get into vocalists a little bit later with some of the questions that we have that make me just cringe.
For me, as mainstream as I might sound, I really am looking forward to the new Ghost album, even though like half of you hate it. I might get hate for this from Sean, but I'm really looking forward to the new Dark Funeral after Nailed Him to the Cross. And
I didn't think it was awful, that song. So
all right. And the new Ahab, that sounds so promising. And Scale the Summit. I love Scale the Summit. The only
that'll be cool.
instrumental band I can listen to. That's really it for me.
All right, so next one we have here is Best Country for Black Metal. It took me a while to come to this conclusion, but the more I think about it, overall I'm going to say Canada.
Oh, I wonder
Canada
why.
has
What band that makes you think like that?
well, I mean, like, the Quebecois scene is amazing. You have Fortress, Gris, Sombre Forets, Nige Eternal, Sorcier de Glace, Triskel, a bunch of amazing bands. And you also have, on the other side of Canada, you got Revenge, Blasphemy, Conquer, of course. I believe Skagos is Canadian, if memory serves correct. Snowfall, Funeral Fog, AMSG, Antediluvian, which I wouldn't really say is too much black metal, but I'd still toss them in there. Canada just kicks ass for black metal in my book. There's just a lot of great shit that has came out of there. Some of my favorite records.
No, that's fair, man. I'm going to be really... at first, I'm going to seem really sort of obvious, but then I'm going to explain it. I've gone Norway, but it's not because fucking Mayhem and Dark Throne and all the obvious shit. There's a lot of stuff, like, still solid stuff coming out of Norway that just seems to get, like, overlooked. Like, a lot of the Trondheim bands. I'm going to sound like a massive fanboy now because of, like, the Terrata label, but just, like, fucking the stuff that's coming out of there now, I'm, like, really into stuff like... Even though they haven't put their full length out, like Mare, One Tail, One Head, and then like a lot of the bands that Steingrim was involved with, like Celestial Bloodshed, where he was in fucking One Tail, One Head as well, and just his own project, Self Hat, all that kind of stuff. It's just all the stuff that seems to be sort of coming out of that small area in fucking Norway. Just even now, it's just fucking killing it as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I've gone Norway. So.
Gone Norway.
Gone Norway.
I think I might have been the one who put this question in, and it took me a lot to think because I was just considering everything. But I know maybe I don't know. I think Finland. I just love. I don't think that has as many good bands as maybe like Canada or Norway, but the Finnish bands that I love just seem to stick with me more than pretty much anywhere else.
Goat Moon.
Yeah, Goat Moon, Satanic War Master. You got Horna and Sargeist and Archgoat. shit like that. It's just like I said, there's not as many, but the bands that are there just hit so much harder in my opinion.
Yeah, even like the project sadly broke up. White Wolf's Commando. Those demos are incredible. Like, I don't know if you guys have listened to that, but definitely give it a chance. I know NSBM is not a very popular thing with people. It's music to me. Well, I know it's not the popular thing amongst a lot of my subscribers because I get shit for it, but just my quick opinion, black metal is hate. It makes sense. I like it. Music's good. Shitty people make good music all the time. That's my opinion. So, but yeah, check out White Wolf's Commando from Finland. Those demos, you will thank me if you haven't heard them.
For me, I want to sound like a wannabe patriot, but I really think the USA is really starting to really get a lot of good black metal accent. I mean, you got Wolves in the Throne Room, Ghostbath, you got Panopticon, Leviathan, Vaughn, Obsidian Tongue, Agalark. Like, it's just a lot of like atmospheric stuff. I've been really getting into atmospheric black metal, so I think that's really why I chose the USA for it.
Yeah, the U.S. definitely has a really good scene in terms of like diversity with black metal too, because one side you have like Krieg, like Zaster, which is now a folk band, which is just weird that he decided to go to the Zaster name instead.
It's like bluegrass now, isn't it?
yeah, Doomgrass as he calls it.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, I mean, like, then you have like the Cascadian atmospheric shit, like Alda, Falls of Raros, Wolves in the Throne Room, Panopticon. It's just a great scene. Like, that'd probably be my second favorite personally.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, like, the US has definitely upped its game in recent years, like, in terms of, I mean, like, because in the early days, like, the US got a lot of shit, didn't it, for its black metal scene.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in the early days, like, what did you have, like, Krieg and Weakling and, I mean, I quite like the Weakling record, but I mean, like, in recent years, you guys have just really taken hold of it. Like, I mean, even in terms of, like, heavier stuff now, you've got, like, Night the Bliss, Negative Plane, Nightbringer, lots of bands beginning with N for some reason.
Black Witchery.
Yeah, I mean, you guys...
Well, they've been around for a while, though. They've been around for a long time.
Just another example of, like, the heavy, chaotic stuff that comes from the U.S. as well.
They're from, like, 5 minutes from my house, which is pretty fucking cool.
Have they desecrated your local cemetery lately?
Probably.
Because judging from the photos that I see, that seems to be quite the pastime they have.
Yeah. I hope so. I don't know. Maybe.
But the other country too that sticks out to me, just in terms of pure quality, would be the UK. There's a lot of great shit that's. I love, like, as I said, like Winterfire with Wolves in the Throne Room, Old Corp, not Wolves in the Throne Room, Jesus Christ, Wolves in the Throne Room, Winterfire. I just looked over at my records and I saw Wolves in the Throne Room sitting there. Old Corpse Road, Witch Clan I love, Meads of, I can't remember fully the name, for some reason.
Or whatever.
Yep. Really enjoy them. There's, who the hell else? I just had it in my head. The Wolves of Avalon. Great stuff.
I think, like, for the UK, in terms of, like, I don't know what it is, but we just don't have anything that seems to be particularly aggressive. Like, it's all fucking rain and mist and mountains.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing with any fucking... There's just nothing that's hard-hitting enough, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I like a lot of those bands, but it's just... it's just... I don't want to call it weak, in a sense, but, like, maybe weak is the wrong word, but you get what I'm kind of saying when I say weak, you know?
I'd say my second favorite would be, like, the Netherlands. I think the biggest reason why is because of Gnaw Their Tongues, and also Seaman Drenched Slave of the Devil. I know it's a really stupid name.
That's a badass name.
They were probably stoned at the time.
I don't know, like, when it comes to the Netherlands, they have, like, the best noise black metal, like, blackened noise metal, whatever you want to call it. Like, really, their scene over there is starting to pick up, how I look at it, at least.
Yeah, I mean, really, every country has, like, some of them have their own distinct sound, but, I mean, overall, the black metal, like, I know people give me so much shit when I say black metal scene or whatever, I'm just going to say that term just as a general thing, but I feel like black metal in recent years is really almost better than it has been in years. Like, I feel like this is the best time for black metal in a long time. Like, the quality of their releases that have been coming out have been utterly fantastic.
Yeah, we're trying new things.
That's kind of like I caught a little bit of shit because I was like, I've said in my videos before, like, people need to fucking just like stop fucking worrying about like what Behemoth are putting out, Mayhem are doing next, and like there's so much fucking more stuff out there now, and it's in my mind it's like better than a lot of shit that was coming out back then, you know. So
Yeah,
fucking people just need to get out there and listen to it rather than just worrying about the same old shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so much good stuff that has came out recently that I find it hard to believe that people will say that black metal is worse than it has been, or black metal's dead, or whatever. Get the fuck out of here. It's amazing
like,
now.
I follow on YouTube, like this, I think it's just called Atmospheric Black Metal, whatever the page is called.
Yeah.
He posts like fucking an album every day, like 2 albums every day, so there's no short.
Yeah, I mean, he posts some good stuff. He also posts some stuff that's kind of, I'm subscribed to him, but I found a lot of stuff where it's like super cheesy, like drum machine, blatant drum machine with the tinny Casio keyboard samples and stuff like that. But there's a lot of good stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And wait, did you say Ghostbath for the US?
Yeah, me.
Were they not from China?
Yeah. No. That was a rumor that they created.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember I haven't even listened to the new album. I accidentally stumbled across their first record because of the artwork. I'm fucking into random fucking artwork and shit. And I remember thinking, fuck, like because a lot of the black gazy stuff seems to be coming out of like China and stuff, so it kind of made sense.
Yeah, there's some good stuff from China too, like
Dopamine
Deep
and that
Mountains.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so they're not from China.
No.
Yeah, they're from South Dakota of all places. I got a huge laugh when I read that. Like, are you kidding? South Dakota of all places in the U.S.
I don't know why the fuck they did that.
But moving on, best EP of the year.
Here we go.
Grimoire. I can't get enough of this EP. It is gorgeous. It's everything I like in atmospheric black metal wrapped into one package. It is just utterly amazing. Every single time I listen to it, I get the same feeling I did the first time of just being in total awe of the musicianship and how well all the songs are crafted. It's just some amazing stuff. And I know some people would consider this EP, no surprise to anyone, Black Witchery split with Revenge.
Yep.
Fucking amazing. But yeah, I would say those are the best EPs I've heard so far this year. There's probably others, but those are the ones that come to mind that I play consistently.
For me, when this question got added to the list, I kind of fucking panicked a bit because I realized I was like, fuck, like what EPs have I had a chance to listen to this year? I looked through like the kind of shit that I bought recently that's come out this year, and both of these records I've only actually had a chance to spin once because I've just been working so much. But they are Svartadori, the synthesis of Whore and Beast, just fucking killer shit out of Iceland. And other one is a little fucking 7-inch from I think these guys are from New York. They're called Spite, and they've got just a little EP out called Trapped in the Pentagram. Just nasty, straight up what you'd expect from black metal. So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of EPs because I really haven't had a chance to fucking look at EPs heavily this year. So
wasn't. Now I'm starting to think because didn't AMSG put out an EP this year?
Yeah.
Or
yes.
All right, yeah, because I would add that too.
Yeah, for me, Grimoire, that's my favorite as well. I just like Sean. Every time I hear it, it's truly incredible. I've listened to that ridiculous. I've listened to that so many times, and like I said, every time I hear it, it's just as good as the last time. It doesn't get boring, and I'm genuinely in love with that. And I think I heard a track from it. I didn't. What was it? Like fucking like Light Fox on YouTube. Didn't he upload a track like last year or something from that?
He might have. I don't really follow him, but I'm not getting into that.
Okay. Well,
Didn't he fuck somebody over or something for like somebody else's channel essentially?
He did that with the full black metal albums channel, and he's just overall a dick, in my opinion, to a lot of people that I've seen. There's a lot that goes into that, but I'm not going to get into it.
I've never talked to the guy personally, so I don't know. I only know.
If you don't want your opinion ruined on his channel, then just don't talk to him, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't. Because I've heard about that stuff, but I don't know shit about it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that he did last year, and I remember being like, holy fuck, when is this happening? And I don't even remember what track it was, but when I saw that it was being released, Sean, you actually reminded me that was happening. And as much as I wanted that Die Hard, I was just short on cash at the time. But besides Grimoire, AMSG, if AMSG didn't throw those like fucking 4-minute long like spoken word parts into it, AMSG would be right up there next to it. But I just, when I'm listening to it, it just totally takes me out of it every time. It's like 6 minutes into like a spoken word part. I'm just like, all right, let's go. But that AMSG EP, The Forbidden Transformation, is still really, really fucking good. But yeah, that's really for me. I don't really get into EPs too much, just because I prefer full lengths. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, same with me. I have like, out of my whole collection, I have like maybe 3 EPs, but my favorite EP so far this year, I'm gonna sound like a fucking fanboy as always, the new Novel of Scars EP. They can't make anything bad, in my opinion. I think that's why I love it so much.
I get to talk about that band later.
Oh boy.
Shots fired.
And the other one, the close second, would be the EP by this band, Possession. Fucking.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Oh, do you mean Possessed? Or is it Possession? No, it is Possession. That 15. Yeah, that thing is actually killer. Fuck, why didn't I think of that? What a dick. No, that is an absolute killer. The only problem with that record is that I keep putting it on first, and I keep forgetting it's at 45. And then I go through loads of other records really quickly, and I can't work out why. And then I'm like, fucking dick, you haven't changed your fucking table. But yeah.
Yeah, I did that with the Winter Falls Over the Land.
Yeah, me too.
From Moonblood. Yeah. And at first I'm like, I don't remember it sounding like this, but this is incredible.
I did the same thing with the Achilles record, the Dreaming Eye. And I spun it, and I was like, I do not remember it being 1610. Who the fuck is drumming on this?
And then I put it at 45, I'm like, oh, that's why. Because it says nowhere on the record what speed you're supposed to play it.
Yeah.
And the labels are messed up. Where what's supposed to be side A is on side B and all that.
Oh, is it? I haven't noticed.
See, I have to go by the dead wax to tell which side's what. Well, at first I did. Now I've memorized the labels. But, all right, moving on. Best country for death metal.
Can I interject just for a second on this question quickly? Basically, because I don't really listen to a lot of death metal, so for me, there's going to be a coffee break while you guys shit talk for a minute. But like, yeah, for me, I mean, I don't mind some of the atmospheric stuff, or stuff that has like blackened elements in it. But overall, I just find death metal it just grates on me. Maybe it's the unnecessary vocals for me sometimes. I mean, I'll accept recommendations, but if people are sending me bands just because they're fucking brutal, then I'm not interested. You know what I mean? Like. Stuff like Cannibal Corpse, I won't switch it off, but I'm just not interested. Same with Cattle Decapitation. But like I listen to stuff like Krixkauer, Abyssal, Portal, the new is it the Mephitic record? Or Mephitis? That thing is fucking killer. And I like blackened stuff like Black Witchery and Zom and Embrace of Thorns, that kind of shit. But overall, like what was it? Somebody was talking about a fucking slam death metal band. I can't remember the name. But I put about 5 seconds of it on. I was just like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you guys want to shit talk for death metal, I'm going to go make coffee. So, go.
All right. Now, this is the part that comes in where I love slam. For me, like,
Should have waited till
it's
Dave
hard.
left. Okay, now you can say you love Slam.
I love slam. Oh my god.
Just running through the door.
You like slam? No, I see. For me, like, it's hard for me to pick a country because I'm so picky with death metal. It's just scattered all over the place. Because Autopsy's my favorite death metal band of all time.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't like their last few albums at all. I mean, my favorite ones from them would be the first three, and then the Return, Macabre Eternal. I love that one. The rest of them, I don't really care for. It's so hard for me to say, though, just because I don't pay attention to the country, oddly enough, with death metal as much as I do black metal.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
I would probably
does.
say... I would say, like, probably the U.S., maybe, just because, like, there's Disentomb, Swine Overlord is incredible.
Isn't Disentomb from, like, Australia or some shit?
Wait, are they? I think they're U.S. Maybe. Oh, I could be wrong on that. That shows how much I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much for me, I go by labels. For me, the labels would be Unique Leader and Gorehouse and New Standard Elite. Like, those are my three favorite labels of death metal. If you had to twist my dick on it, I would maybe say Sweden, just because I preferred the Swedish sound of old school death metal much more than American, like in pure death metal standards. Because I love Entombed, Dismember, Edge of Sanity, Bloodbath is incredible. Entrails are one of the best bands going from us in terms of death metal right now. I feel like they've captured what death metal is supposed to be, and they've done it right by the book, perfect.
Their new album surprised the shit out of me. It's so perfect at the same time. It's weird.
I haven't heard it.
And man, I can't really say a country because I mean I love Catalepsy too, but they're from Russia. But I don't know of any other Russian death metal bands.
Yeah.
And Cytotoxin from Germany, but once again, I don't know of many German death metal bands. So there's that.
Is it alright if I just go first? I just need to go to the bathroom really quick.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I'll put in all honesty, again, I feel like such a wannabe patriot saying this. Again, America, in my opinion, America. Like, again, I'm gonna sound like such a not really into the underground scene, but like Dying Fetus, obviously, Exhumed. It's another big one that comes to mind, and Death. Even though I'm not like a diehard Death fan, I'm not like if someone says a bad thing about Death, I'm gonna immediately impale you with a comment. It's not gonna be like that. But I don't know. It's just something about the U.S. death metal that I really can't complain about. You got Autopsy as well. You got Immolation. The list just goes on, really. And those are just the ones that come off the top of my head because I really need to go pee. So.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who put this question in there. It obviously wasn't you, Sean. It wasn't Dave. I don't know if it was Wyatt. It could have been me. But I don't like this question. But I guess I'm just gonna go with America, just because I know the most from America. Me saying my favorite would be like Sweden, I guess, would be the other one, just like you, Sean. I don't know. I don't keep up with death metal anymore. Except for the bands I already know. So,
yeah, I've lost so much interest in death metal, it's sickening. And I mean, I've said this before and I'll say it again. At this point, I like deathcore much more than death metal.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know where, but I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I like the new offshoots of deathcore that have came out. Like Downtempo, to me is like amazing. Traitors, Black Tongue, Body Snatcher. Those are some great bands that.
Besides Black Tongue, I don't even know.
Traitors is from Florida. They're much more in line of beatdown hardcore, so I don't know if you would dig it at all, but I would say give it a chance. The Hate Campaign is a really cool EP because it's like all tied together with samples and shit like that of telling like a story, which is pretty cool. And you came back just in time to hear us stop rambling about death metal.
Yes, fucking.
But now that he's back, I'm sure we can
Love
find some
my
more
shit.
death metal stuff to talk about.
Blow me.
Oh yeah,
Nice,
and how
man.
much I actually enjoy Slam.
Oh, man, fuck yeah. It's just not for me, guys. I just.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not for
know.
everyone.
So, yeah. So that's that.
Uh,
I don't really care.
Wyatt had to piss, so should we wait on the next one? Or oh wait, here he
Oh,
comes.
he returns.
He returns with an empty bladder. Now, favorite one-man metal projects. All right, so time to be very typical. Early Burzum, first 4 records, amazing. In
That's
my
the only
opinion.
thing I'll listen to by him. I'm sorry. Everything after that, I can't. I really
I'm with you.
Fallen is awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say those 4 and Fallen are just great.
You guys
Yeah,
not like
and
Balance?
I think my problem with Fallen, I'm so just always comparing it to the first 4 that I just can't enjoy it alone. I think that's my problem with that album.
Yeah, well, compared to Bellis, it blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
Bellis is not good in my opinion. I do not like that album. And then everything after that is just bad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I own everything by Burzum on vinyl, so.
Yeah, I own the
That's
first
actually
4,
surprising.
Fallen, and From the Depths of Darkness. Because I think From the Depths of Darkness is great for what it is. I know a lot of people dig the re-recordings, but I thought it worked really well.
Dave, when
Yeah.
you sent me that picture showing that you had all those records, I was extremely surprised. Because I would think you were one of those guys who, like, after the first one, just fuck him. But
I don't know, like, I think it was when I first started buying records, and, like, I'm a big Burzum fan anyway, but, like, I don't know, I just got into this weird, like, I'm not a completionist in any sense, like, if I don't like it, I don't give a fuck, but, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't mind some of his electronic stuff, to be honest, because I listen to electronic and sort of relatively obscure sort of ambient stuff anyway, so some of it doesn't bother me, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I probably rarely spin any of it, but I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, when you're fucking locked up in prison for murder and you've got a child's Casio keyboard and a fucking microphone, you can't really make, much other than what he fucking made. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, for his ambient stuff, I don't like Dottie Botters very much, or Dirty Balls, as my friend Counterbeat likes to call it. I like, the only one of his I like is Hills, however you say that. Yeah, that's how I say it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Have to say it like you're hacking up phlegm. I like that one to an extent, but for other one-man metal projects, Graveland, amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. I love everything that Rob Darkin has done. He is a genius, in my opinion. Even though I know the first releases were him with Capricornus on drums, I feel like even after he left, Rob kept the spirit of Graveland alive and just sort of paying tribute to Bathory at the same time with a more Viking, I hate that term, era. Yeah, great stuff from them. Grimoire, what a surprise. Leviathan, Zaster before the disband. Somber Forest, Passage de Hiver, Ustad, Bilsknir, Panopticon, and Evil Feast were the ones I wrote down.
All solid choices. Yeah, for me, Passage de Hiver from Switzerland, that fucking stuff is just, like, in terms of, like fucking just cold black metal. It's just perfect. And Keth Nexima from Sweden. I picked up their latest release recently on HM Records, which is Defona Sedona, just fucking cold fucking. I think that's kind of like, for me, that's kind of like the gold standard. If you're a guy on your own, you just have to make it fucking cold. And yeah, those two definitely, and then plenty of the shit that you just named, Sean, Evil Feast, Bilsknir, that kind of stuff. Solid.
We'll be right back, guys.
I would say the best of the best for me is Leviathan. I'm obsessed with Leviathan at the moment. Besides that, I guess
buying over Jeff Whitehead. Is it the beard? Is that
the beard. It's the fucking beard. All right, you got me. Besides that, Leviathan, I guess some like mid-era Zaster stuff is awesome. I guess Satanic Warmaster, if you wanna count the fact that Werewolf writes everything for the band. But besides that, yeah, I think Leviathan is cream of the crop. That's just awesome shit. I don't know why you don't like it more, Dave. I don't get it.
What? Maybe I just haven't given it enough time, you know, because I don't have fucking time to listen to anything right now. So, but no, I've got some time off. Maybe I think the end of next week. So maybe I'll just sit down and. Where's a good place to start? Shall I start with Scarsighted?
Tentacles of Horror. Tentacles of Horror, I feel like, has embodied more of everything of what Leviathan has done. Scarsighted is so diverse, you know, because it's not just death, or it's not just black metal. There's death metal, there's doom metal, and it's just so strange, but it's so incredibly impressive and innovative that it's hard not to love it. But I would say Tentacles of Horror is my favorite. That or the 10th sublevel of Suicide.
I'm trying to think what I checked out before. I think it might have been the Hell Mockery at the Cross.
Yeah. Oh, that's like a sort of compilation, which is weird. That's like from like demo cassettes and shit like that. So that's not even an album.
Okay.
But I would, I mean, I love Hell Mockery at the Cross, but I would definitely start with Tentacles of Horror. That's what I would listen to next.
Okay.
What about No, I'm sorry. I was just saying that True Traitor, True Horror is another good one by him.
Yes. Yeah. That's awesome. I don't know why people don't like that record. I don't understand. There's a lot of people who get that record shit.
A lot of you guys are going to punch you in the face at Armageddon. They haven't. I keep passing it up. And
why?
Yeah, exactly. I knew a response like that. I don't know why I keep passing it up. And I'm going to Armageddon again, like, you know, every other weekend. No one ever grabs it, so I'm definitely going to have to pick it up when I get it.
Do it.
But for me, my favorite, I mean, I'll just say the ones off the top of my head. You know, there's Panopticon, Leviathan. Zaster was really good when he first started. But the real two for me would be Gnaw Their Tongues. I don't know, just this dude just really knows how to make really cold and harsh music that I really just can't get enough of. And what's that guy's name from Emperor? He had his own little project. Yeah, I honestly like his progressive death metal, extreme metal, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, I guess I have a soft spot for like progressive metal, and it just really I don't know, I just really like it.
And I hate it. Time to be that guy since Dave is quiet. But all right. Next one, Drunk Story.
Oh
God. Trying to think.
I think this was me. I think I was talking to my girl.
Have you just got a fucking absolutely amazing drunk story? Is that why you like everybody else is just gonna be like, well, fuck you, man?
That's what I'm saying. No. I was talking to my girl, and something came up about one of us saying, like, are we just gonna talk about random shit like drunk stories and stuff like that? I was like, I don't know. I'll just throw it in there, and but I don't have a good one, so I'm sorry. But I'll tell you the best one I have, but it's not good.
I have a few like ones that end bad, like coming home and I'll play Burzum Philosophical. Let me pull the record out, and I pull it out, and I'm listening to side A, flip it over to B. I go to put on the second LP, and I drop it, and it lands right on the corner of my dresser. Thankfully, it didn't scratch, but I nearly had a heart attack, and that was when I said, you know what, I'm just not going to play vinyl when I'm like this.
That's painful to hear. That is painful to hear.
That I nearly had a heart attack. Another one just involves me puking for close to 24 hours. And
everybody has that story, though.
Yeah.
Schnapps will do that.
Yeah.
Dr. McGillicuddy's not my
I feel
friend.
like Dave's got us on this one. I feel like Dave's going to have this awesome fucking story.
The other one, just off the top of my head, at the Agalock show, it just ended up with me spending more money than I should have, as I kept getting Guinness, and then after a while, I'm just like, I'll buy another CD. Screw it, I'll buy the other ones I don't have. oh, I might as well get a T-shirt. Oh, even though I just bought the CD and the vinyl, I might as well buy the cassette too. Ah, screw it, I need that patch. Kept going back. By the end of it, I spent like $250.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, they got a lot of my money that night.
Yeah.
Drunk? I don't like fucking. I think I'd probably
Don't
do
you
it.
let us, Dave.
I probably was just drunk, and that's why I can't remember them. I know about maybe 6 months ago, because I live in a rented place, and a few of us went out to town, and we just got fucked up, and there's only like one fucking like metal bar in like where I live, and a group of they must have been lost, but like a group of chicks came in, and they were just like I don't know what you call them over there. We just call them like club girls. Just they'd like go to like typical like just shitty average clubs. So they were all like in like maxi dresses and high heels and fucking lost. But I ended up getting drunk and taking one of them home. So has anybody seen the movie Romper Stomper with Russell Crowe? It's an old. Well, he's like this massive like neo-Nazi skinhead, and he takes this chick home, and she doesn't really. They're just just gonna have sex, and they go into his room, and he has this massive like swastika flag in the wall, and she's just like, oh, she's fucked up, and she's like, what is this? And basically that's kind of what happened here, because I took this chick home, and I have that massive flag on my wall. So I basically just got her back, and we're just like trying to get each other's clothes off, and she just turns around, and there's that flag, and she's just like, who the fuck are you? And I'm just like, don't worry about it, and we got down to business. But
see, if for me, if I was to bring just a random chick here, she would think I'm a fucking lunatic with nooses and skulls all over the place in my room, gas masks. I have bullets sitting on top of my CD shelf.
Sean,
That would end well.
from this angle, I can physically see like 17 skulls. So I understand.
Oh, the Warhorse flag of Concord. There's actually that horse is on top of a pile of skulls.
Of course. Like I said, I don't really have a good one of these. I mean, the best one I think is I was staying at my grandparents' house. I have no idea why, but my grandparents were there, and my friend Justin lived like the street over. And he was like, "Hey, come over, have some drinks." I didn't know this was a party. So I went over there, and there was a shit ton of people. And there was like beer pong and all that stupid shit. And a bunch of people were sitting around a fire and stuff like that. There was just loud music. And right when I get there, he hands me a drink, and I just started drinking. And it wasn't beer. It was like fucking like whiskey or some shit. And it's in like a red Solo cup. And I had like 6 of those before I realized I was fucked up. Well, we walked across the street to his friend Jacob's house, and they ended up starting smoking marijuana. And it was the only time, only 2 times that I'd ever smoked.
One of the only times. It's all fucking coming out now.
Look, man. Okay, it's only ever happened twice. That was it. I don't care about it.
I didn't inhale. And...
Well, anyways, I was already really drunk, and then I was really high, and I remember walking back and sitting around a fire and just doing like this, just swaying, because I couldn't stop myself. And I then remember blackness, and I remember hearing my grandma's voice. What did you give him? What did you give him? And I'm like thinking to myself, I can't open my eyes because I'm just too fucking drunk. I'm like so over, my blood alcohol level is greater than my blood level. So I'm literally just like, I'm listening to my grandma talk. What did you give him? And I just remember thinking like, fuck, man, what the hell? How am I going to explain this? And I woke up the next morning with I had car keys in my pocket. They were my car keys, but I guess I didn't I'm assuming I didn't drive home. I had somebody else's cell phone in my pocket. And the worst part about this is I remember having to get up and walk into my grandparents' living room and face them. And I remember that's to this day the worst shit I've ever had to do. Because they were so fucking disappointed. Like I've never felt so much like a shitty human being than I did then. And
you got off lightly, man. Wow.
Yeah. The worst feeling is when someone's not mad at you, they're just disappointed.
It's
That's
so
like the
it gets worse than that. It gets worse than being disappointed. It gets to the point where they're used to that kind of shit. Like I've had like when I still lived at home, I was like 18 or something, and I've had my mother come downstairs just to find me just in a mess on the floor, covered in my own puke, just going, I think I've had a little bit too much to drink, and she's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is like the third time this week.
Well, I had puke all over me. It was disgusting. I was in the bed in the back, like in the guest room. I had puke all over me. I smelled gross. It was nasty. And I remember my grandma didn't want to let me leave, but I drove home, and my grandma called me, and she was like, are you going to tell your mom or am I? And I'm just like, ah, fuck. And because I was 16. So I ended up calling my mom, and my mom did not care. She was like, as long as you didn't drive, that's fine. Thank you for telling me. But yeah, my grandparents don't let that shit go. Still,
you guys can't drink till 21, right?
21, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So 16. Yeah, that's a few years off.
Yeah.
But it's not a great story, but it's the only one I have. So.
For me, I've only got drunk 2 times. The first time was when my girlfriend Unique always used to hang out with these really fucking stupid people. And I was like, you know what, it's a Saturday night, I got nothing else to do, I'll fucking go there with her. And all I can remember is, well, even though these people suck at just being people, they have alcohol. Maybe this will be fun by some chance. And even while I was drunk, I was just like, wow, these people are still fucking boring. And I wasn't trying to relate to them with music, I was trying to relate to them with anything, and I couldn't. And I remember the thing that got me really fucked was when one girl brought out this 120% moonshine. I remember I took one sip and I was like, wow, this tastes terrible. And I was a little drunk, and I was like, you know what? Maybe if I take a bigger gulp, it'll.
That's always gonna make shit better, man.
I did. I took a big gulp, and all I can remember is, wow, this tastes like the rubbing alcohol I use on the parts at my shop. So gross. And then we finally left. I mean, it was by the point now I was getting a little tipsy, but I was good enough. It wasn't like shit face. I was good enough. I drove her back home, and all I can remember is it felt like someone just impaled me right in my gut, and they just kept stabbing me and taking it out and stabbing me and taking it out. Just so much pain. And then perfect time. I parked my car in the driveway. I get out, and I'm like, here we go. This is gonna be the biggest vomit of my life. And I remember throwing up, and when you throw up, it hurts, and you're just like, ah. Me, I was like, yes, because it felt so good. And I was like, wow, maybe this is why people get drunk, to throw up and just release all this pain. Oh my god. And then the other time, I can't remember a damn thing because all it was my buddy's 20th birthday. And it was nothing else to do besides stay in his friend's house and just drink, and that's all we did. And I can't remember a damn thing what we talked about. I remember all I did, I just blinked out and kept eating chips repeatedly for a good 3 hours. I get on the scale, I'm like, holy shit, I'm 172 pounds, what the fuck?
That just a side note, when I was drinking that night, like I said, they were giving me whiskey and shit in red Solo cups. I don't like beer. I don't like the taste of beer. I think it's nasty.
You don't drink it for the taste.
I know, but it would take so much beer to get you drunk, and I just don't want beer. So I was already super fucking drunk, and he handed me a beer, and I remember thinking to myself, this is the best thing I've ever tasted in my entire life.
See, for me, I'm the opposite. Nothing else but beer, and Guinness is my go-to.
Yeah, all I drink is Guinness.
Yeah, same here. Any dark, yeah, very good choice. Well, anything dark, but the only thing that I can think of with moonshine, real moonshine, in my old band, Omnipresent, we were getting ready to practice, and we live in the middle of nowhere, backwoods sort of hillbilly shit goes down here, and
True Detective.
Yeah. The bass player in my band, he works at an auto parts store, and there's this old dude that would come in all the time, and he'd buy like a muffler or whatever the shit, and then bring in some moonshine for everyone, like in mason jars, like that sort of stuff, like stereotypical. And our bass player, Steve, he puts them in a flask, and he just comes up to all of us. He goes, "Take a tiny drag."
Oh, God.
I'm like, "What is it?" He goes, "Just take a tiny drag." Instant numb on the tongue. Instant, like running for anything to drink. My guitarist takes a decent swig, and he nearly died. Then our drummer comes in. Now, he's the type of man that will just take a bottle of cheap bourbon and pour himself a nice tall drink, like glass, put some ice in it, and just pour it out and drink it like it's a glass of water.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's horrifying. Now, my bass player's like, "Take a tiny drag." He doesn't. He takes a big swig. He stands there for a second, and he goes, "Oh, that's good moonshine."
I regret this decision.
Oh, no. Actually, literally, his response was, "Whew, that is some good moonshine." They takes another huge drag. It's like, "Are you?" I'm like, "Are you man of the year?"
That is a man.
Like, you're man of the century for that.
I like a man who can appreciate the finer things.
The finer thing.
Like good moonshine.
I tried moonshine from this lady who my mom is friends with from Tennessee. She brought down moonshine. It was in a big jar with like peaches in it. And they like made she like made it in her fucking backyard. And I remember taking a little shot glass, and my heart immediately started beating really fucking fast. And I thought I was gonna die. I mean, I genuinely thought I thought that was it. I thought that was a wrap on Kanyon, because my heart was beating faster than it should, than a human heart should be able to beat. And I won't touch that shit again. No thanks. That shit burned, and it's just no thanks, man.
I can't imagine with like 150 or anything above 120, because 120 was like more than enough for me. I can't.
This weekend at a 4th of July party I was at, they were made like their own version of apple pie moonshine, where it was Devil Springs 150 proof vodka mixed with cinnamon sticks, and I think they said it was like some apple pie filling or something.
I would immediately puke up everything in my stomach.
There was this dude that I was talking to, because I was in Long Island, which Long Island's divided up. There's like a middle of nowhere part, Suffolk, and then there's, I can't remember the name of the other county where it's like more populated. And we're in the more populated part at this really nice house. And there was this dude that I ended up talking to about Demolition Derby. So it's like redneck sort of stuff, and he's like, "This is some good stuff." I'm like, "I bet." He's like, "This is my second glass." I'm like, "I can tell." he's like, "I'm gonna have a few more." It's like, "I think I'm gonna drive home." I'm like, "That's a bad call, dude."
Would this be the kind of guy that's really into NASCAR?
We talked about Demolition Derby because like I'm into that sort of stuff. I'm hopefully gonna enter next year, the year after, because I just love cars and smashing them. I'm a redneck, as I said. But he just would not stop talking about Demolition Derby for like an hour straight. I'm just sitting there like, "Okay, dude, I get it. And he just kept drinking this stuff. I don't know what happened to him, but I noticed he lost his shirt later on in the night. So he was just walking around shirtless.
Right, should we move on? Because we're just talking shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is live.
God.
Oh, shit.
This is where we get into the realm of shots being fired.
All right, yes, it is.
Oh, good.
Why?
Most disliked thing in metal can be a band, genre, person, etc.
Oh, God.
There's a few things that come to mind. It's going to tie in with the next one.
I think we all have the same big one, though. I think that we all have the same main one.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's going to be shouting when I start talking. I know it.
All right. There's a few that come to mind. He's not even relevant anymore because Blake Judd just he disappeared off the face of the planet, which is a good thing. So there's that. The second one that I put down would be Rob Flynn of Machine Head. Rob with 2 B's. Rob.
Fuck that.
He's encouraged people to stop buying music. He goes, all you need is Spotify, man. Are you an idiot? Like, how stupid are you? You're in a band. Your goal is to sell records. You're on a major label. Yet, all you need is Spotify. If I was the person in charge of Roadrunner, I would have dropped his ass immediately for saying something that stupid. And anyone that encourages the decline of physical media can suck it. Other thing I dislike in metal, and I'm going to keep going back to people, is I hate Kronos from Venom. I hate him. I physically hate him. He is the most cocky, arrogant son of a bitch I have ever seen in interviews.
I don't know what's big.
They're not. Those black metal bands aren't black metal. They're corpse paint metal. Call them something else. Venom is the only true black metal band. No, you're not even black metal. Fuck off. I feel better saying that.
Sorry guys, my internet just took a dive, but I'm back.
Alright, so yeah, Kronos from Venom can fuck off. I can't stand him. And just his lyrical abilities are atrocious. I was writing better lyrics at age 12. The other thing that I can't stand in metal for the most part, like I would say probably 90% of it, I hate DSBM. I hate that shit. Thing I also dislike in metal is over political correctness that does not belong in metal. Oh, there's Dave.
Fucking just bullshit, man. Bullshit. Well, I'm back.
Is anyone else saying
right.
2 days?
Why is there 2 days right now?
Yeah.
I was like,
More of me to love.
Yeah.
No, yeah, political correctness in metal's another thing I absolutely hate. And I hate that it's became such a big subject. Like, if you post anything in some of these groups on Facebook for collectors, there's always a huge fight if you post something of NSBM. It's like
It's
everything else is fine when you talk about murder, rape, all that shit.
Well,
But
I mean,
as soon as you talk about racism, hold on, I'm getting a call from one of my friends, so you can continue on mute.
I mean, that's kind of to do with the the advancement of the authoritarian left into, aspects of mainstream culture. So stuff like, fucking metal or fucking gaming or whatever. So there's a lot of fucking incredibly left-leaning kind of individuals who think that, now is the time for them to fucking tell everybody else what they should and shouldn't be doing within particular scenes. So
yeah.
just my little social political rant for a second.
I was expecting screaming and like guns a-blazing with this subject with you, Dave.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
no,
I don't
no,
think he's gone yet.
We haven't started yet. I'm just waiting for Sean to get back, and then we can just fucking, I'm just, obviously Sean's got better things to do. He's got more important,
Yeah.
people to speak to,
Let's just talk shit about Sean.
Okay.
Everyone hates Count Blaggerth, I know. And yes, I did have other important shit to attend to. Thank you very much.
Okay. So yeah, I just had a small rant about the authoritarian left advancing into aspects of media culture, which was kind of what you were getting to within terms of political correctness trying to find its way into metal. So yeah, were you done kind of with your?
I just want to say, extreme metal comes with extreme ideologies. It's to quote The Split with absurd Graham Belial's Key and Streetball. Extreme ideology and extreme music are two sides of the same coin. I just hate when people whine and complain about extreme bands being extreme.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of it. Like, black metal isn't a friendly genre. Hate to break it to you. It's not. People say that a lot of the shit in black metal goes against the ethos of metal. Black metal in itself goes against the ethos of heavy metal. Like, I just hate people
does
that whine and
fucking,
complain about that
does
stuff.
really fucking heavy metal even fucking have an ethos? Does any fucking music have an ethos, really? I mean,
The whole idea, though, of like metal brotherhood is like the
bullshit.
idea that people go to, which I can't stomach, to be honest.
No.
Like it doesn't matter if you like the same music as me. That's cool and all. If you're not a decent person, I don't want to talk to you.
Exactly.
So like I don't buy into the whole metal brotherhood
No.
shit. So that's really about the extent of it, unless you guys bring up something that I can rant about. But I'm saving my big rant for the final one.
So am I. So basically, my one is kind of it's more of an idea that like these people have this idea that just because they listen to metal, that they are somehow automatically listening to the underground. So like you get a lot of people who just think they're just so metal and they're so fucking extreme, and you know, I'm fucking really like fucking Cannibal Corpse is the fucking Taylor Swift of the death metal world. You know what I mean? It's fucking go out and find some new shit. So yeah, it's just that kind of fucking that automatic assumption that fucking, you know, I read something the other day. I don't know if it's true, but like didn't like last year or like didn't metal outsell pop or some shit last year or something. So it's not fucking underground. Stop thinking you're so fucking unique. You know?
Yeah. The other thing that I want to touch base on too that drives me insane is there's two sides of this. One is douchebags that cry elitist whenever someone says something that they don't like about like another band is, oh, you're just an elitist. That's ridiculous. And I also hate the bastardization of the term elitist nowadays, because I mean, I feel like elitist isn't exactly should be interchangeable with the word dick, which there's a big difference in my opinion. It's one thing, like we all have our tendencies of just being a fucking elitist with music and shit like that. Everyone does. If you say you don't, you're lying. Some to further extent than others, but
I think a lot of people grow out of that, though.
Yeah,
exactly. I think a lot of people, fucking anybody who's got any fucking sense grows out of that shit.
Yeah. The other thing, though, on the opposite side is idiots that will bash people and call them like being a poser for listening to something that they don't like or whatever. It's like instead of bashing them and making them feel like a piece of shit, how about you show them something different? It's just everyone in metal nowadays seems to be a mouth-breathing trog, and it's just sad because like there's so much good music out there, and instead of just spending time arguing with each other about what band doesn't suck, how about you say, oh, well, if you like something like that, then maybe you should check this out, or this is what I like, check it out. That's what I do. Exactly. Like, I feel like that should be more commonplace, but that's just my thoughts on that.
Oh, there's so much music out there, it's literally impossible to have the same exact perfect taste. And I don't understand why people don't realize that. It's just so...
Dave,
I was kind of that was kind of my thing. It's just this, I don't know, that just kind of, I mean, like you and me have talked about this before. Like when I like first got into metal, I was just into the obvious stuff, and then very quickly I got into the like hardcore. So I did like 10 years in the hardcore scene and didn't really deviate outside of that. But like I don't know, maybe it was just me or where I'm from. But like when I was younger, you used to kind of get people who were into like a specific scene. You were either into death metal, or you were either into hardcore, or you were into punk, and that was it. But now it seems like there's just like the generic metalhead who just fucking listens to all the obvious bands from all the obvious genres. And I'm just like, fucking, you don't need to prove to me how fucking metal you are. Just have a fucking independent thought. So yeah, that was my.
Well, earlier when I said there's one big obvious one, I think we're all going to agree on. We pretty much did. The fans. The fans have totally like changed the way I feel about this genre of music. I love it, but I don't want other people to really. I don't even like talking to most people about metal anymore. I like just like except for like people I already know, like you guys. I don't mind talking metal with you guys. But it's like when new people come in just because no one can just take, like, no one can just sort of take any type of ridicule, or if you say, oh, I don't like that band, it's automatically you're insulting them. And it's just dumb. And when you know, like how Sean was saying, when you see on like these comments on like those collectors pages, it gets absurd, and it's just fucking, it's disgusting. Especially, I mean, I've had loads of things I've posted on those pages taken down because people don't agree with what the members of the band believe, and I think that's totally fucking stupid. It's, you know, like you said earlier, Sean, shitty people make good music all the time, and I totally fucking hate the fans of this genre of music. I can't stand 99% of people who like the same genre of music as me.
You know, like, going back to the NSBM thing, because it's probably one of the biggest things that pisses me off. Like, it's one thing to be against, you know, the ideology and all that, and I completely understand and all that, but the people on those groups that go out of their way to just trash people that listen to it are just pure scum, in my opinion. I mean, it's one thing to be against it, because, I mean, I'm not going to name names, but I have some subscribers, and I know most of us are subscribed to him. He's extremely cool about that sort of stuff, even though he's completely against it. He just doesn't say anything or make a big deal out of it, which is what I think people should do. If it doesn't affect your life directly, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that is the problem with a lot of people. Like you said, people go out of their way in order to try and like trash people that listen to NSBM, and you know, these people are just so unself-aware. It's ridiculous, you know, because these are the people who claim, you know, that they're doing it in the name of diversity, but at the end of the day, these people don't want diversity. They want uniformity of opinion, their opinion, and that is opinion that you shouldn't listen to what I don't like.
Yeah, some of the most fascist comments I've seen have came from anti-fascists, which is the most ironic thing.
Well, Winston Churchill said that. He said the fascism of the future will be under the banner of anti-fascism. Little fun history fact for you. Okay.
For me, I really just, I'll just make it quick. I just really don't like how people, when you consider yourself a metalhead, that automatically means everything you have to listen to is metal. I mean, I listen, you know, to Depeche Mode and Beastie Boys and all other shit too, even like old school rap here and there. But I really just don't. I really find more interest in people who consider themselves metalheads that also say, I also like this too. That's not metal. Because lately I've been really trying to expand my boundaries. I've been listening to some folk as of lately, a little bit of bluegrass at work, and I don't know. It's just I just really don't like how closed-minded people can get that when you're a metalhead, it's only metal. That a little bit.
Yeah, like, I mean, for me, for example, I listen to hip-hop, electronic. I love some country folk music. It's my second favorite style of music. Like, neo-folk, I absolutely love. But, I mean, I even listen to some, like, old-school country, like Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, Johnny Paycheck, stuff like that. I think those guys are great. And I'm with you, too, on that, Wyatt. People that just dismiss your metal credentials, quote-unquote, like that really means shit.
Yes.
Because you listen to something else is just utterly stupid. Metal fans are just a bunch of mouth-breathing trogs, it seems like. But now we move on to the last and final thing, and this is where Dave's going to start shouting.
Oh,
I'm going to do my best not to. Because my dad just went to bed. 3 metal bands you actively dislike. Alright.
Go, Sean.
First one, Silencer. I
That's because he sucks ass, though.
despise Silencer. Those vocals are the most grating thing on the planet to me. I would rather stick a nail through my dick and nail it to a board than listen
That
to
can be
Silencer.
arranged. That can be arranged.
I don't want it. But if someone proposed, like, hey, would you rather have your dick nailed to a board or listen to Silencer, I'll pick the dick and the board.
Gabe has that fetish. He told me.
It's that and guys who dress as pilots.
But yeah, Silencer is just one of the most grating bands. It's so pseudo emotional horse shit in the music. There's nothing sad or depressing about the music. In my opinion, 90% of DSBM is just pseudo emotional horse shit. There's some really good bands within it, don't get me wrong, but Silencer is like one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. Second one I absolutely hate with every fiber of my being is Venom. And now, when I say that, I know I'm going to get people saying, well, they created black metal. Well, number one, no, they fucking didn't.
Yeah.
They gave it the name. I respect their influence, and that's about it. I respect the fact that they influenced tons and generations of bands, and that's all well and good. I think the music is utter garbage. There's nothing black metal about it. There's nothing redeemable about it. Like, the newest Venom album is like nails on a chalkboard. I tried to give it a chance, and it is one of the worst things I have ever heard.
I won't do it.
It's like a terrible Motorhead tribute band.
Oh.
It's why? Why do people worship Venom? I will never, ever, ever wrap my mind around that. And the third one, this was really tough for me to come up with three, because if I don't like something, I just pretty much
that was my problem.
dismiss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, and I mean, with the third one, I'm still undecided because I didn't put anything down for the third one. I mean, I don't like Deicide at all, mostly because I hate Glenn Benton. He's just a fucking idiot. I'm gonna say Liturgy.
Yeah. Stole my number 2, motherfucker.
Hunter Hunt Hendrix, and it's so weird for me to say this because this shows how warped of a person I am. I'll listen to Goat Moon knowing what the ideology is and still be like, fuck yeah, but I hear Liturgy, not only is the music terrible, but knowing how Hunter Hunt Hendrix is, just, oh my god, he pisses me off with his pseudo-intellectual horse shit of transcendential black metal. Get the fuck out of my house with that horse shit. As he's sitting there with his leg crossed, sitting like this, like, I'm just, like, sickened by, like, reveling in, like, negativity that's, like, in, like, black, like, metal. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm so glad that they got out of metal and is now into the electronic thing, because they were cancer in metal, in my opinion, and that tumor has been removed. And it's funny because one of my friends bought the new Liturgy album, and even with electronic stuff, it's still douchey because he created a flow chart for the music. Yeah. He created a flow chart for his music. Pull your head out of your ass. You are not some revolutionary and visionary person. You are just a pompous prick. All right.
Breathe.
Okay, that was very hard for me not to yell.
Okay, so one of mine was Liturgy for basically the same reasons, and even when they were making black metal, as far as I'm concerned, I hate to talk about the scene, but it still wasn't black metal in my opinion, you know. So yeah, basically Liturgy was there. Next up, I think I'm pronouncing this right, Makur or Mikur.
Oh yeah,
it's basically just a fucking a hipster indie chick making beyond fucking average black metal, and the only reason people give a shit is because she's thin and blonde and hot. That is the only reason. If it was a dude making this, it would be one of the fucking other 100 fucking million fucking black metal albums on YouTube that nobody gives a fuck about. But because she's thin and blonde and hot, yeah. So, and again, it's kind of connected in a way to like that kind of Liturgy scene, that sort of pseudo-intellectual, you know, look at me, I'm not black metal, but I'm making this music ironically. Get the fuck out of here. I'm just sick of your bullshit. I think there's a few other bands like that as well. Is it Sunbather? Death Heaven. Yeah.
I will defend
but it's kind of...
I will defend them as people real quick. I saw them live with Intronaut, and when I was talking with them, I met them because I actually do like their music quite a bit, and they're actually legit like black metal fans because I was wearing my vest and one of the members came up and started talking to me about Volknut and Drook because I have them on my vest, and we went into quite a bit of a discussion about like really good black metal is coming out of like we talked about the LLN, the old French scene. We talked a lot about like atmospheric black metal from like Cascadia sort of stuff. They're legit dudes in black metal. It's not like some ironic sort of thing. They just tend to do a very emotional thing, and the way they dress just makes me cringe. I'm gonna put that out there though. That hipster.
Yeah.
And finally, my third bet. Oh, and then I'm not defending Silencer because it is fucking terrible. But you kind of alluded to the sort of the fact that it kind of wasn't really depressive in a sense. It was kind of just fake depression in order to try and sell their image. Isn't the guy from Silencer genuinely fucked up? Isn't there a video of like the police on YouTube shooting his brother or something because he was wielding a knife? Is that Silencer?
That was a rumor about Silencer, but that's not true. He is in himself genuinely fucked up because of like I guess his ambient project, Diagnosis something or other, I can't pronounce it. It was done allegedly as music like therapy for him for his psychosis. But I mean, he didn't create the music though, as far as I know. Nadarim was just the vocalist. The music in itself, it seems to be pseudo-depressive. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of pain and anguish behind it, but it just comes across so cheesy to me.
Well, that exact pseudo sort of bullshit depression is why I picked this band, and that's Shining. They are a fucking, like, don't get me wrong, like musically, like the guys are fucking super talented, but he is just a fucking douchebag of like the fucking highest order. I can't, and it just fucking his attitude, and they're like, it's because Shining is now like a business. It's not like a band. It's like you can go on their fucking website and you can pretty much buy fucking anything you want with a fucking Shining logo on it. It's a fucking joke. So yeah, it's just I haven't this will tie into the next question, but yeah, fucking Shining for me. The guy's a fucking he kind of basically sells his band on the fact that he's a fucked up individual. When I'm convinced that like 95% of his problems are just him manufacturing it to try and sell his band. So
yeah, the worst thing too that Silencer did beyond being the kiss of black metal in terms of merch would be the whole thing where there was the rumor back in like the early 2000s that he committed suicide,
and then there was
yeah, they had the unnamed ghoul or whatever the shit was as the vocalist at the live show. Like, come on, really?
Yeah, it's a joke.
I love their music, though. I can't say anything bad about the music because, I mean, I have Shining 1, and I genuinely love, like, the other records. But in terms of, like, Nadarim, not Nadarim, what the hell's his name? I can't remember.
Nicholas something.
Yeah, Nicholas. In terms of him, yeah, I can't stand him.
So that's why Shining made the list for me.
You guys put a lot more thought into this than I did. I'm just thinking like bands that are way overrated that don't deserve the hype. That's how I thought about this, and I mean basically the bands that I thought of. The first one that came to mind, Dimmu Borgir. I fucking don't understand. I don't get it. Besides the very first album, I don't understand why this band gets all this attention. I can't stand it. It's
well, it's like they're the Taylor Swift of black metal, aren't they? They're just easy for people to get into. So they're kind of like the gateway band, aren't they? Like
I was never into Phil.
I hate to be that guy, but I like them.
I mean, is it like, I don't know. I mean, do you like all Dimmu Borgir, or are you like me and like the first album? And
I like pretty much everything in different ways. Like, if you approach their latest material with the mindset of this isn't black metal, this is just kind of like symphonic extreme metal or whatever, you'll find more enjoyment with it if you don't approach it with the mindset of this is going to be an awesome symphonic black metal band.
Yeah.
You're not going to really get much out of it. You might just go listen to Limbonic Art and call it a day. With Dimmu, though, I find most of their material to be very solid. I actually have the unpopular opinion of the re-recording of Stormblast is amazing, but that's just me.
I don't even know the name of any of their shit after the first album, so I just don't care. But like you said earlier, Sean, the reason this one was tough simply because if I don't like a band, I don't fucking listen to it, and I don't have any problems with it. I just don't like it. So that's why I kind of turned to which bands are super overrated. And the second band I thought of was At the Gates. I don't understand. Again, I don't fucking get it. This band is very mediocre, and I feel like they have been since the beginning. Yet they are worshipped among melodic death metal fans. And I don't,
all the other Swedish death metal bands, they fit in with the group, and that's why.
Yeah,
they're terrible.
Yeah,
the group gets worshipped no matter what. That's why. That's the only thing I can get out of it.
Well, I'm not going to go into detail about any of these just because, like I said, it's just because they're overrated. Another one is Origin. I fucking hate Origin. It's boring, technical death metal.
Shots fired.
Yeah. But the last one I thought of was, and I'm sorry, Wyatt, but Na Obliviscaris. I don't fucking understand. I've tried and tried and tried, and I literally hate it. Like with every fiber of my being. What?
I'm with you completely.
I'm sorry. I actually hate it, like more than the other ones. But that's all. That's all I have. That's all I have.
What do we got, Wyatt?
For me, again, I really didn't think about it that much because when I don't like something, I just push it aside and keep going to what I like. But again, like the overrated part, a lot of it is because of the fan base is why I don't like it. Like Slayer, Pantera, like the really big names, I put that all as like in one group, like the really big thrash metal bands because I know they just get idolized so fucking much just for being around so long, and it's just annoying. The second one, I'd really go with any band that lost a member or deceased member, like say Death and Pantera, or any other band that's really gained a big fan base because they lost a member. That annoys the shit out of me. It's just like now all of a sudden you give a shit now about the band because of a headliner saying band member deceased or whatever. That annoys the shit out of me too. And the other one, I really, really hate 6 Feet Under. They make some of the most boring death metal I think I've ever heard in my life.
Barnes is the worst vocals in death metal.
Fucking dry. Like sandpaper can make it more. God, it's so boring.
Guys, the song Seed of Filth is pretty cool though. Besides that song, I don't give a fuck about 6 Feet Under, but I like that song. Don't get me wrong. I like it for being a super dumb song, but I enjoy it for that. But
those stupid AC/DC covers. That was
Oh, you mean the whole album that they did of that? Actually,
yeah.
I think they did a whole album of that plus another one on another cover album and another one on another cover album.
Fucking sickening. Absolutely sickening.
Don't listen to death metal and you don't have this problem.
Have you guys ever listened to what they put out last year, Graveyard Christmas?
No fucking way.
No, I don't even want to know what this is about.
It's so bad, it's hilarious. It's like random 6 Feet Under songs that Chris Barnes just sings Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
No, I also for Chris Barnes too. He's such an idiot. He honestly believes that marijuana was gifted by some other force. He has smoked himself stupid. He smoked himself stupid. Marijuana, was put on this planet for us because we got cannabinoid receptors, and it was a gift from an extra-dimensional being, and we need it in our life. Get out of here.
Okay, so should try and like speed ground the next.
That's what I'm
fucking
thinking. We're like
question?
halfway through, and we've been doing this for 2.5 hours.
Actually, that's the last question I have on my
Okay.
list.
Can we speed round? Because I've still got some on my list. If you want to,
I thought we
yeah,
had more.
everybody's
Yeah, I didn't.
cool to go. So we'll speed round the next one. So like 3 favorite non-metal bands, or just the your kind of stuff you're into that's not metal.
Quick for me, Fever Ray, definitely number 1. Number 2, I would say Hegel, amazing neofolk from Germany. And number 3, son of a bitch, I'm gonna go with Perturbator. Perturbator's amazing. I've grown to love Perturbator so much with the retro synth sort of stuff that he's
I
doing.
just picked up 2 copies of Dangerous Days, one of the Picture LP and the Hot Pink.
I'm jealous. I need to get that.
Yeah, man. For me, it's Have a Nice Life. It's Dan Barrett's main project. It's just like industrial, kind of post-punk, but just fucking. I mean, like it kind of gained a little bit of traction in the fucking pseudo-intellectual fucking community, but generally, like, a lot of people just fucking think it's fucking their stuff is just solid. Stuff like electronic stuff like Salem, and also I'm a fan of Florence and the Machine. I don't give a fuck.
Very good band.
So yeah, Canyon.
If I had 3 just right off the bat, I talk about these guys all the time on my channel. Cancer Slug, Alabama DIY sort of horror punk. Awesome shit. I love everything they've done, all 13 albums or whatever. King Dude, I love King Dude. Especially right now, I've sort of become re-obsessed with King Dude. Just sort of in preparation for the new album, which I have coming. And I'm very, very excited about that. But King Dude's second album, Love, is one of the greatest things I've ever heard. It's very, very dark, cavernous, but also very nice, sort of beautiful sounding, I guess. But it's just, a guy singing songs about the devil, and it's really fucking cool. And then the last I would say is the Coffin Shakers. Finnish sort of psychobilly, horror country type stuff. Amazing shit. Rob Coffin Shaker is a goddamn genius. He sounds like Johnny Cash, except he sings about necromancy and, any type of horror theme. It's really fucking cool. If you've never listened to Coffin Shakers, I would definitely recommend it. It's amazing shit.
For me, it's just all big names as of right now. Hopefully that will change soon. But really, Depeche Mode, U2, Big Pun, the rapper, sometimes Tupac here and there, and really King Dude too. Ever since I saw them open up for Ghost, I've been really into them as well. A little
They
bit.
have no stage presence. I saw them live, and I was not into it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was boring, but unfortunately.
Fucking U2 should have made it into the 3 bands I fucking hate. Fuck those guys. Fuck Bono.
Yep.
Canyon, have you listened to Chelsea Wolfe?
I have, simply because King Dude has done stuff with Chelsea Wolfe before.
It's his sister.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
I didn't know that. And the sing more songs together, I really do enjoy. But Chelsea Wolfe's solo stuff, I don't like, or at least the stuff she does with her band. I can't get into it. I've tried multiple times, but unfortunately,
I can't either.
I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay, so what do we have up next? Favorite tattoo you have? I'm just gonna go with I hate all of my tattoos.
This invisible one that I got right there, I don't have any.
Badass. I have a tattoo of a cockroach inside of a Ouija board planchette on the inside of my arm, which I do like that. That's probably my favorite out of all of them, and it's the newest one, so.
Mine's on my leg, but it's just a Cthulhu and a Predator mixed together. It's really
Oh, cool.
Okay, next is worst ever show.
Oh, I didn't think about this one.
I've
Alright.
got one of these straight off the bat. About probably over 10 years ago, I saw Pig Destroyer. And Pig Destroyer fucking killed it, actually. And I saw them with Total Fucking Destruction, and I saw them with a band called Halo. And this is the worst fucking thing I have ever seen in my life. Basically, they're a drummer and a bassist. And basically, the drummer just played like a million miles an hour for like every 12-minute song. And the bassist basically just rolled around on the floor, headbutting his bass and screaming. They're like this sludgy, like noisy, doom fucking shit. I had to walk out of there. I was done when they came on. I was just like, fuck this, I'm going to the bar and I'm going to wait outside until Pig Destroyer came on. And that's what I did. So, it sucked.
It's hard for me to say like a whole show because the rest of the show is awesome, but I saw The Plot in You open for Whitechapel, and they were absolutely horrendous. If you don't know who The Plot in You are, they're a like metalcore sort of band, and it's like the new modern metalcore where it's just a lot of triplets and stuff like that. It's like more pattern based, which I don't usually hate bands that are pattern based because like Love Meshuggah and even Downtempo, but what turned them off to me not only was how bad they were, but immediately with their opening sample. So you hear this dark, ominous music, and it's like, okay, I can dig this. And then you hear someone dial 911 on a phone.
Oh, God.
Okay. I'm like, okay, maybe this has the potential of being cool. I don't know. The Acacia Strain has done that before, and it was awesome because they sampled, I believe it was The Conjuring. You hear 911, what's your emergency? I swear to God, it's a girl that's on the phone. She just goes, I'm pregnant. And then just a snare pop, and they go into their set. What the hell? What?
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
What? I mean, my bands have used samples. We've done some like kind of funny ones or whatever. But at least they had humor to them. This had no humor, and it made no sense. And that set the tone for the rest of their set. It was just awful.
Oh, my
So
God.
I would say it's one of the worst beyond local shows where there's been fights and all that stuff. But yeah.
I don't know if I should go into mine because I told you about it, Sean. That took like 20 minutes to describe.
Yeah.
I'll just say I saw Vanna. Simple as that. I'll just put it.
They suck ass. Vanna is so dumb.
Everything else that happened with it, I made a video about it. If you want to kill 25 minutes, because
It's worth it. It's worth it.
all right, you want me to go? I'll try to talk about it fast. All right, so I was friends with this fucking douchebag who like would always use me for money, and I was always working all the time, so I didn't mind it at the time. And I think this was the time I just didn't have a fucking ballsack to actually just say no, I'm not gonna buy you that. And it was this show for Vanna. It was like the 2013 like Christmas special show. And if you come in with an ugly sweater, they'll give you free merch. I spent $40 for me and him to get a sweater, and then we started driving off there. I spent $40 on gas at the time, along with $15 on parking. Here's where I knew things were going to get so fucking bad. The parking lot was completely empty at the time. Not because no one showed up, it's because everyone was getting dropped off. I was like the only like fucking adult actually there at the time. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, why is there no one here? Oh, it's because everyone's getting dropped off. And then we waited for like 40 minutes in the fucking freezing cold because it's December. And then he's like, all right, you know what? I don't think we really need these ugly sweaters. Let's just put them back in the car and get your sweatshirts. So I just wasted $40 fucking for nothing. Nothing. But it continues on. As we get into the show, you get your typical hardcore scene that really doesn't have anything to it besides strumming the same string over and over again, and guys like getting little mini seizures on stage to show that they're tough, which I don't know how you can be tough having seizures, but that's what they do. And during like the second set, there was like this dude. He had to be like 5'2", fucking short as all hell. He had that like metrosexual look to him, where he looked that he was straight, but he looked very gay. Not that I have a problem with that. And he played, and it was like borderline pop music at some point. It's like, this is the heavy part, yeah! Like, that part. But anyway, I'll get back to him in a second, because this is where it gets fucking disgusting when I get back to him. Anyway, the third act came on, and people were just doing those like fucking hardcore dancing, trying to hit those invisible ninjas. And I was getting tired of it. So what I decided to do was I was going to get up on stage and jump on top of them to maybe like say, cool it down, I'll jump on you doing that. And what happened was I got up on stage, I went all the way back to the stage so I could get a good run, but since the lead singer was moving everywhere, we collided into each other, so he stopped my run like halfway, and I just did like this really pathetic leap, and all I can remember is I went like this head first, and this girl with text messaging just looks up at the final second. I can remember it. That's all I can remember, and I just slammed down and I fell on the fucking back. And then I retreated all the way back to the back state, like all the way to the back so she wouldn't see me. Then, as it kept going on, after that was this band Sworn In. They were the only good band, but that's not saying much considering the fact that everything else fucking sucked. So that's not really saying much on that part. But then after that, it was just the only way I could keep myself awake and entertained was to literally just go on stage and hop off because everything was just so boring. And I didn't want to mosh because it was all 14-year-old girls. I was just like, I don't want to do this. I just don't feel comfortable doing that or whatever. I know there's that rule. It's like, just treat everyone the same in that, but to me, I just can't. I really can't. I hate admitting that. But anyway, after Sworn In was done, this band called State Champs, and there's a video of me stage diving, and I fall fucking right on my face. Someone caught me wrong, and I just flipped over and fell on my face in the video, and it's fucking embarrassing, but really good. And the final part I can remember is that guy I was talking about. It's like 5'2" and he looks gay and metrosexual, whatever. He was flirting with this 14-year-old. I could tell she was 14-year-old. She acted young. She was really short. They were all hugging. He tried kissing her. Tried exchanging phone numbers. It's like, am I really witnessing this right now? And
it's statutory.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe what I witnessed that whole show. And to this day, that'll always be the worst ever.
For me, like I said before, there's not many shows here, and I don't travel for shows unless the lineup is perfect. But I have seen Whitechapel live. That was beyond garbage. I've seen Amur live. That was beyond garbage.
Yeah.
But really, I guess Whitechapel is probably the worst shit I've ever seen live. They don't need as many guitarists as they have, and there's just no. You can tell they don't need all those people there. But really, I don't go to shows too often. So I would just say the worst band I've ever seen was probably Whitechapel or Amur or something like that. I don't have really a good answer for that one.
All right, so next up, 21, favorite movie.
It's at the moment it's now a two-way tie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, and the original Maniac.
Oh yeah.
Great choices.
The original Texas Chainsaw is so dirty, and I love how everything's done through the power of suggestion with it because there's not a lot of blood or gore. It was focused on actually creating a dirty, fucked up vibe. And Maniac,
well, nothing happens for like the first hour, does it? In Texas Chainsaw, it's just them like driving around and shit.
And for me, Maniac, it's one of the few horror movies I can think of where they don't focus on the victim and making you feel bad for them. You actually feel bad for the person committing these terrible things because he's so insane because of his mother. And the shotgun blast scene, knowing the whole backstory on how it was shot, like completely guerrilla style, using leftover stuff from people's lunches to create like the splatter effect and all that stuff, and they did it with a real shotgun in the city and had to get the car towed away immediately. I think that makes that movie even 10 times better. And story-wise, it's nearly flawless. Maniac is incredible.
They don't make movies like they used to. It's all like green screen and stupid shit nowadays. They don't actually go the mile now, which fucking sucks. So every time I see a movie that's dated like the 70s or 80s, I immediately watch it because I know I'm in for a treat with a lot of movies like that.
Oh, and the other one I'm going to just give a quick mention to, House of the Devil from Ty West. That's a incredible movie. Very slow burn, but well worth it.
Okay. For me, like my favorite movie, probably of all time, is Clockwork Orange. I probably saw it when I was like maybe 13 or something. It was when it was banned for fucking forever in this country. which I don't really know why. I think it was more because it had sort of like political undertones and stuff like that, more than it was actually genuinely violent. But I saw it when I was 13, and it just fucking blew me away. But in terms of like, because I'm quite into horror movies and stuff, for me, I mean, I love Near Dark. Near Dark is just it's probably one of the best vampire movies of all time. Either that, or I'm a sucker for slasher movies, at which my favorite is definitely The Prowler from 1981. The Prowler is just, I mean, I'm not sure. I think it might have been banned, or at least it was heavily edited, because there are fucking 2 scenes in that fucking blow the fucking any fucking gory CGI out of the water today. There's a scene where a guy gets like a bayonet straight through the top of his head, and as the guy's pulling it out, the fucking guy's eyes roll back, and it's just fucking sick. So check the movie out if you haven't seen it from 81.
Will always be better.
Who's up next?
I would say my favorite movie. My favorite movie is probably Dead Alive. I love that movie. It's so silly. It's extremely gory. The one-liners are everywhere in this movie. And I would say either that or Slither. I love Slither. That movie the same way. It's just silly, but it's disgusting, and it's the one-liners are just great. I love movies like that. I love cheesy horror movies, and early Peter Jackson, with like stuff like Bad Taste and Meet the Feebles and stuff like that. He was a master at that at the time. And but I would say Dead Alive is probably my number one.
For me, I get a lot of mixed reviews when I talk about this movie, but The Babadook, I absolutely love that movie. Just the tension it creates, the whole depressive mood it makes. I don't know, it captivates.
I wanted to punch that little kid the whole fucking movie.
No spoilers, I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't seen it yet. I've been meaning to check it out. But
well, there's no spoilers, but you will hate the little kid.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like that.
I know, but it made me want to punch him.
Until I realized why he's like that. But the other movie, I feel like, such an outcast saying an action movie, The Raid 2. It's literally The Matrix on steroids. There are so many fight scenes, if you're into fight scenes in that movie, that I was just amazed by. And if I were to, and for my third favorite, I'm only mentioning this because it's the only movie that actually made me gag, was 120 Days of Sodom.
Oh, I love that movie. That movie is disgusting.
Yeah, fucking gross. Yeah.
It's like Solo or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a bunch of eating shit in that movie.
Yeah, that's the whole point. I was like,
yeah, I don't know. I like that movie. It was very artsy, but it was actually cool.
All right, so we're kind of back onto music briefly now. The favorite band or music or whatever of your girlfriend?
I'm gonna just step in and say that she doesn't listen to anything good that I didn't show her. So.
Just quickly for me, Kiss.
Oh no.
For me, she loves Bloodbath.
Well, I'm painfully single right now, but no, but I was kind of with somebody recently, and she was into stuff like Elysium Blaze and Face Age to Hiver and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Where the fuck do you find girls like that?
It was complete accident.
My ex became a juggalette, so that's a thing.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I heard you talk about that before.
I'm not going to go any further into that, but yeah. I bet you can imagine how great that went after a while.
I really can.
Pity me.
Okay, so most expensive record you own? Mine is either Craft or Chaos Ritual. They were both like $135, $140. So.
You're a madman.
Just a man who enjoys other things in life.
I'm trying to think what the most I've ever spent on one record is, because I've never really spent that much on one. I mean, maybe like a box set or something that I can't think of off the top of my head was, I'm going to say the Kaldan Brood Echoes of Battle, just because it ended up costing me like $110.
For me, the most expensive single record I have, I bought it. It was almost $100, and it was the Coffin Shakers self-titled album from 2007. fucking awesome shit. It was totally worth it. I listen to that shit all the time. But in terms of like box sets, I spent over $100 on that Bathory box set that I have. I spent over $100 on the Moonblood From Hell box set. That was totally worth it. I've probably spent over $100 on that Abigor box set. But yeah, the single record it would be that Coffin Shakers one.
Quickly, this is definitely the most expensive 7-inch, like $40 with shipping, but well worth it.
I don't like 7 inches. I never listen to the ones that I have.
That's what your girlfriend said.
Oh!
God damn it,
Look
Dave.
into that one, man.
For me, the most expensive was around like $45 for a single vinyl, and I just bought it recently. It was Impetuous Ritual, like Portal's side project band. I couldn't believe that my CD store at the time had it, so I immediately bought it. That's why. But yeah, Impetuous Ritual around like $45 to $50 it was.
Okay, next up, favorite vinyl color. Mine is black. I think just shit looks better on black. I think people get too caught up in I've got to have the fucking ultra limited fucking splat. And I'm like, just get it on fucking black, man. So yeah.
For me, it's case by case, depending on the artwork. It has to match the artwork.
Yes.
For me, I do. I like black vinyl just as much. I mean, I'm not picky as long as I get the music.
That's
I will because I am a douchebag. If there is like a limited Die Hard edition or whatever, I will buy it. Usually only if it comes to something special, like all of the flags behind me, except for that Conqueror one came in a Die Hard. I would say one of the coolest ones I have is the Conqueror War Cult Supremacy color for the box set. That's unreal.
It's awesome. Yeah, I have that too. It's gorgeous.
With the red-black merge with the white splatter. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you're right. If it does, like, because I mean, I recently picked up that Dangerous Days by Servitor, and I could have got it on black, but I was like, I can't really get this on black, so I had to go hot pink, So yeah, but for the most part, I think black just
For me, I actually came prepared because you guys kicked me out of my room. So I would say my favorite is this Ghoul Splatter Thrash. This thing is fucking gorgeous, in my opinion. Hold on, I'll show you. That. I love that. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. This is definitely my favorite. I didn't even have to think about this one. Yeah.
It reminds me of the Wild Berry Fruit by the Foot.
For me, my girlfriend bought me the new limited reissue of Exhum's Necrocracy. I was surprised at in the color it came. It's like kind of looks like a pizza in a way. I don't know. That'd be my favorite.
All right, next up, this is gonna be interesting. The darkest band,
Oh,
I know.
I'm gonna say KFR.
That's what I was gonna say. I think we all are in agreement here. Maybe Dave has.
KFR is.
I do have
I've seen the band Staluga, whatever the fuck they're called, that just recorded mental patients screaming.
Why you showed me that? That's not music. That was awful.
I don't like it, but that would easily be the darkest thing I can think of.
I'm just gonna quickly name off a few bands that come to mind. KFR definitely. It's Anti is one of the most twisted albums I've ever heard in my life. It's so dark and fucked up. Antediluvian, very very sinister. Leviathans, Tentacles of Horror. That's a very very dark album. And it's going to sound weird considering Celtic Frost is kind of known for their early stuff, but Monotheist is definitely in one of the darkest albums I've ever heard, especially the final triptych, Winter, Toten God, Synagogue of Satane, and Winter. Very dark shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
For me, the first thing that came to mind straight away was it's a project called Giles Corey. It's the solo project of Dan Barrett from Have a Nice Life. The first album, it's a concept album, and it's just fucking it's I can't even really describe it. It comes with, it hasn't been released on vinyl yet, it's only on CD, but it is getting, the Flenser are putting it out this year. It comes with this kind of book that kind of explains it all, and it's just about this fucking guy who's like suicidal, and he starts this cult in which they have this like way of like wrapping their heads and like putting this machine on their heads, and they can communicate with the dead, and like he just takes all his followers out into the forest, and it's just fucking insanely dark. It's really experimental. It's got elements of like drone and noise, and it's you can listen to it online. It's just it's fucking ridiculously dark.
What's it called?
Giles Corey.
Giles Corey.
All right.
So yeah, there's that. Is everybody done on that? Is everybody?
Yeah, I was gonna say KFR. The only other thing that comes to mind is like that first Cult de Ghoul record. Haxon is extremely dark, ritualistic sounding. It's very cavernous, and I love that album. But yeah, those are the only two that really I thought of straight off the bat.
I'm surprised that didn't make it into your EPs, because they released Rise of the Lucifer this year, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did. Holy shit, yeah. Well, that would be the other one. Going back like 2 hours, The Rise of Lucifer. Yes, that's an awesome EP. I absolutely love it.
Cool. So next up, most desired band to get back together.
This is another one of questions I didn't see. Sean, did we get the same questions?
Oh, yeah, I never got that one. So what was the question again?
Most desired band to get back together.
Well, I know it would never happen because he's dead, but I would love to see Bathory come back. Nordland 3, I want to hear that was supposed to be a thing, but never happened. So, there's that. Diocletian, sucks they broke up.
Oh yeah, that just happened too.
Yeah, I'm disappointed by that. That's really all that comes off the top of my head. I would say Conquer, because they only had the one album in the split Black Witchery and, like, I think 2 demos. But we have Revenge, which is essentially the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Dave, were you just going to say Bathory?
Mine was Bathory, man. Like, I was just thinking about, because these are kind of towards the end, I was just kind of stuff that come off the top of my head, and it was Bathory straight away. It's obviously never going to happen, but Bathory would be #1 choice, definitely.
Yeah, I would say Moonblood. I would love to. Moonblood was awesome right up till the end. So there's nothing to lead me to believe that if they were to make more music, it would suck. So Moonblood would be my answer.
Although part of me would be disappointed if they did, just because they're such a band that sticks true to what they believe. I would almost be disappointed if they came back.
It's good to go out like when you just like.
Too many bands don't do that.
Yeah,
Slayer
Well,
exists.
Slayer would have been fucked because they could have released one album and then just been done, just like Red and Blood were done. So they were kind of fucked up.
For me, I'm going to sound like everyone else. Emperor, Proclamation, too. I'd love to see get back together.
Oh.
I know KFR is going to split up this year. You only wanted to make 3 albums, and that's it. So in the future, I'm going to say him as well.
Emperor, my problem with Emperor is...
the newer stuff sucks, but I want just for them to play in the Nightside Eclipse and come to America. I'd love that to happen.
Because they did the Nightside Eclipse. They played in the Nightside Eclipse tour recently. Where they only played Nightside Eclipse. So yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of one of those bands that, for me, they could just stay gone and that'd be fine.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bands there's a lot of bands now that I really wish would just stop making music.
After the Reverence EP.
Yeah.
After the Reverence EP, Emperor was dead to me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
After Nightside Eclipse, they were dead to me. So.
Reverence EP is the only thing I'll like after in the Nightside Eclipse, so.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I mean, I have the CD copy of that Prometheus. That album is fucking garbage. Yeah, it's awful. I hate it. I have listened to it once since 2013, so it's awful.
Okay, this is as far as I've got on questions. This is the last question. Which is have you got any favorite non-music YouTube channels?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, give me the credit.
Yeah. I see. He was keeping fucking quiet. All these questions have come from him. I'm getting fucking accusations leveled at me when people don't have these fucking questions. It's this motherfucker.
So, like, favorite non-metal, like, non-music related YouTube channels?
Yeah.
Since I'm a fat ass, I love Reckless Eating. That's like a channel I watch every single day. I love Reckless Eating. That's easily in my favorites. They do like food reviews and they do challenges and stuff, and they're funny dudes. And it's a same thing goes for Cult Moo. They're another like food challenge thing. I like that sort of stuff. I'm sure there's others that I can think of. I like Alpha Omega Sin. His rants are usually on point, in my opinion. Shit, I can't think of any others off the top of my head because my feed 99% of the time is just music, food, music. Oh yeah, and also some stuff from this one guy that does GoPro rides on his four-wheeler called Cubby ZX. I have a Yamaha Grizzly, and that's what he rides, so it's something I like to see.
Oh, man.
Dave?
I was lagging. Sorry. I've got like two channels that I really enjoy. One is called Sargon of Akkad. He's got a lot of videos out. He's got a lot of followers. He does a lot of videos on social politics, like explaining why like third wave feminism is bullshit, and just like how social justice warriors are a fucking joke. Just all that kind of stuff. And then there's another video by a guy who calls himself Spetsnaz, and he talks a lot about life from the male perspective. He often focuses on how we cope with things like grief and emotion. His videos, if you're going to check them out, they are very insightful, very thought-provoking. So
cool.
So yeah, those two.
I don't really. I mean, besides watching, the circle of people that I watch videos of, like you guys, I really, really like watching, like, video game Let's Plays, just mainly for the commentary, not really for the games most of the time. The only one I can really think of off the top of my head that I watch pretty often is a guy that goes by Mini a True Nerd, which is... he's like a British commentator, and he does challenge runs of video games, and I like that shit. He's a funny guy, and that's really the only reason I watch anything outside of music stuff is just for the commentary. If I like the person, I guess, but that's really it for me.
For me, easily watch Mojo. I've discovered so many movies from that thing. Those top 10 lists they make, that I've discovered so many movies and video games. And the other one, I'm really surprisingly not embarrassed to say this, is play Clash of Clans. I absolutely love that app game, Clash of Clans. And
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah. And it's like an app game that you can just build fortresses and attack people, and this dude just like does all the updates for it, and that's why I watch it. That's really it. It's just those that I really keep up with.
Going back to the Let's Play thing, there's one channel I watch that does that, and it's so stupid. I'm like almost embarrassed to say it because I'm a weirdo that loves simulators, and not like Flight Simulator or anything like that. Like Euro Truck Sim and Farming Simulator. Those are my. I've put so many hours into Farming Sim, and there's this one dude that does Let's Plays of those. His channel is Stocko Gloss. He's seems like a really nice dude, and I like watching Farming Simulator Let's Plays.
I can picture you in your room just watching farming simulators. It's
and looking outside and being like, I could do that in real life.
Yeah.
I easily could, but I don't want to because that involves getting up at 3 in the morning to milk the cows. Screw that.
And that is it. I think we were going to talk about like opening up to the chat, but I can't fucking... Where the fuck is the chat? Is it on the page? Because they've got nothing.
Yeah. I would say screw it because that call was from my drummer. I guess my band's going to go writing, so I got to get ready for that, and I don't want to keep them waiting. But
No worries, man.
Yeah.
when I get since I gotta get going, I'll put in the description everyone's channel so everyone can go subscribe to them. I can't do that right now because I'm in a hurry, but definitely subscribe to all of them. I've watched pretty much every video Canyon's done. I've watched huge portion of Wyatt's stuff. Great channel, and Dave's channel is just fucking killer. I've discovered a lot of great black metal bands from his videos. Great collection. So if you're into that sort of stuff, definitely check them out. Links will be in the description, probably a few hours, but yeah, that's it. If you guys want to say anything before we end it.
I just want to say thank you to Dave for inviting me, because I really thought at first you fucking hated me.
I hate everyone, man. Fuck.
No,
I was like, you know.
like I understand you hate everyone, but I thought you hated me to a certain degree of like. Yeah, exactly. I just thought that. I'm sorry.
I gotta say, I thought the same thing about Dave. I have no idea. I think about it like, why does this guy talk to me? Like I just feel like Dave. I feel like I don't understand. Like I told my girlfriend this. Like, why does Dave like me? Like, why do we talk to each other? Like I don't understand. Dave, I'm glad you sort of I guess spearheaded this, because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me host it. This has been awesome. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. You know, maybe if like, you know, a couple of months or something, and I can't, you know, we're probably all gonna have like nothing exciting happening in any of our lives, so maybe we should do it again or something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know exactly what you mean, Dave. I'm going to college. Like what?
You're not gonna have that much going on. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I've got nothing. Got a new band, and that's about it. So.
All right, Dave. Well, Dave, you let us know, because you're good at that.
Well, I need to go to fucking bed because it's getting light outside, so it's like 4 a.m. here. So.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, keep it metal.
See you later.